so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Are you a monster, or maybe a wife? You, such a passionate soul, here to take my life. You, I think I'm in danger, really low on pity. Do you think I'll win the fitty? Rich as wine, my gotcha's on the line. How will you triumph when you just serve yourself? Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. When it's time to dish it out, I don't need a reservation. I want a snack of fox, this ain't no vacation. Your yesterday's leftovers, forgotten snack. It's time to question the flavor that you lack. Rhythm and rhyme, your spice got no dime. How will you triumph when you just served yourself?
Hello, everyone. Locking in for a bit of the usual reverse 1999. Playing some gotcha. I've already did my summons. I got this guy looking quite a bit different there than he normally does. I like his other outfit. Already have Barcarola. Already have everyone on here. Well, we're starting up. See what this trailer's all about.
Humans has come to an end.
Doesn't work.
With the lost
Madame
receipt
Z?
of the storm and the long absence of an LSCC director, the Foundation is considering appointing a director of their own choosing.
Focus on the matter at hand. Adler already said that they're pressuring us for results.
I did hear the Foundation has been quite lively lately.
Oh no.
We just need to submit something that'll shut them up.
What if we got Hisabeth in?
Not just something, the pre-storm protocol, and soon.
But there are still some problems that haven't...
Their simulated data. Forget your humanitarian care.
Think about it clearly, Adler. The pieces in the toy box are not objectively different from their real-world counterparts.
Is that the case this time as well? This is a simulation of the storm. Everything will reset. Nothing will change.
If you've already concluded that this is meaningless, why did you return? Time waits for no one, Bruderherz. I have to go eventually.
Wait, I also. Traitor!
Aw.
Du kannst das Arkanum nicht begreifen. Du kannst diese Tür nicht öffnen.
None of us even knows what's in there, and you're saying you're going in alone?
There must be a theory that unifies everything in the universe.
Oh my.
Adler, just by observing it, you have become a new influencing factor on the core.
No matter what you see, don't approach it. We mustn't.
Every puzzle has a solution. And the world is just another crossword.
Ha ha ha. Oh man. Did I lose my connection? There, I'm back. You start your computer. Oh. Music's cool, guys. The uncanny green. A silent afternoon. Enigma sits at his desk, trying to picture a field of grass. Pistol.
Greta Hoffmann.
He says the name
Diejenigen,
quietly.
die nicht vom Sturm geholt werden.
Those who aren't taken by
Wohin
the
gehen sie,
storm.
wenn sie sterben?
Where they go when they die.
Ich möchte es selbst überprüfen.
I'd like to verify it for myself. Last and first principles? Oh, I got the order wrong. That uncanny green.
Never afraid of sacrifice, she followed her own path. And her fearlessness and perseverance ultimately.
Miss Marcus,
Oh, you've arrived.
The young investigator lowers her head. A moment later, she manages a slightly easier expression.
It's good to see you, Miss Semmelweis.
Semmelweis glances at the papers in Marcus's hand. They're crumpled, and near where the ink is smeared, new letters have been neatly filled in.
Relax. Everything will go smoothly. Where are the others?
The Foundation's memorial ceremony has already ended. It was solemn. Almost everyone came to express their condolences. They just all had to get back to their work.
Well, at least this cemetery will always remain open. I was more so wondering about those colleagues you're familiar with. Miss Kakanya, for example. I thought she'd be accompanying you.
She had to go through a few more rounds of inquiries, so she couldn't make it. She did send a bouquet of flowers, though. It was just like the one you brought. A beautifully arranged bouquet of white chrysanthemums.
Semmelweis nods and surveys the figures scattered around them.
And Enigma? Where's he gone off to? Weren't they each other's only family? I heard he was the one who pushed for the Hoffman Knot name. Rather admirable if you ask me. But now, at that very sister's funeral, our Mr. Adler is nowhere to be found.
A few days ago, Mr. Enigma helped me sort through Madame Hoffman's possessions. Then he left all in a hurry. Later, I received word from Laplace that he'd barred the door to his office.
So he's chosen escapism then.
The conversation ends there. He, the two of them, and all the rest of them gathered here, are little more than acquaintances to one another. Familiar only in their mourning. At last, Marcus speaks again.
There was a mailing list among Madame Hoffman's possessions.
Oh?
On the train to Vienna, she asked me a question, hoping I could read its answer.
What is the best way for someone to defend themselves if they cannot use arcane skills?
I read the answer she expected. She asked because she was preparing a gift.
The words fly out of her like fired bullets. What a rare thing, the chance to ease unbearable grief simply by sharing it.
Mr. Enigma packed the list, her documents, her ID badge, and her diary into a box. Madame Hoffman's entire life reduced to a tiny box. Then he stopped and he asked me,
Where do you think Greta has gone?
The ink on the paper in her hand starts to run again.
Has she gone? Heaven? Hell? Has the storm washed them away too?
Wow.
Those who aren't lost.
That's a question right there.
Where do they go? Will I see her again someday? Will all of us? Any of us see her again? If only I'd known earlier that the gift she was preparing was a birthday present for him. That instead of taking care of me and celebrating my first day as a Foundation investigator, she could have... If only my arcane skill were more useful. If only I'd read what would happen on that stage. If only the future were written out as words on a page.
Semmelweis says nothing. She only raises her hand gently. But before that touch can reach her, Marcus draws a deep breath and forces her what-ifs back down. There was nowhere to turn for answers. No point in blaming herself. What's done is done.
I told him I hoped Madame Hoffman had gone somewhere with no storm and started a new life.
Aww.
That means I'll never see her again.
In
the end, he said he needed to think about my answer. He hasn't left his room since. I can understand that. I don't want to be here either. But I have to. Because I want people to know that they don't need to worry about me anymore. Escapism is a natural reaction to grief. Just because you don't want to face it doesn't mean you're heartless. Don't you think?
She waits stubbornly for almost stubbornly for an answer. Semmelweis glances toward the distant grave and smiles softly.
Look at you saying all that without stammering. You see? There's no need to worry.
Huh? Sorry. I shouldn't have suddenly...
No, you're right. Everyone handles grief differently. Let's go. I'd like to hear how your training is going. I'm sure Greta would be proud of how much her little apprentice has grown.
Aww.
All right, Miss Semmelweis.
She smiled. She nods solemnly. They pass through the gathering crowd and stand before the grave. Deep breath. She gazes at the small box in the hole. Everything suddenly feels unreal. She desperately wishes it were unreal. Just some nightmare her mind conjured under pressure. But every book has an end. It's time to turn the page.
Madam Hoffman was an exemplary Foundation investigator, a dependable teammate, and my dearest mentor. She never cowered in the face of sacrifice. She followed.
A hand settles on her back. Semmelweis finishes the sentence for her.
She followed her own path until the end.
Pursuing the truth with a resolute heart. And ultimately, it was her fearlessness and perseverance that brought us the knot that allows us to cross the storm.
That's why I have to cherish every chance to keep the story going.
She inspired many, none more than myself. She gave me the courage to leave the Flennon Isles, allowing me to witness and read so many new things. So, standing here, I vow to continue to seek what she sought, what we all seek, a world after 1999.
Because I want to see the world you believed
I
in.
will persevere as she did. I will keep reading, keep writing, record every experience, every feeling. I will never forget what you've done for us, for me.
Number 2, Spiral.
Damn it, are you blind?
Honestly, is there no code of conduct among you people? You're the one barreling down the hall. Hold on. You're...
After spotting the bite mark covered ID badge, he wisely swallows his words.
Researcher Medicine Pocket?
Oh, sweet. Looks like even the little minions at the Foundation have heard of me. I'm rushing to get a sample right now. If you're here for Ulrich, try that lab over there. If you're here for Enigma, check his office. If you're here for me, get lost. Better luck next time.
They glance past the staff member, interest suddenly piqued.
Oh, wait. Let me guess. You suits can't take it anymore, so you're gonna shove a new director on us, right? Or maybe one of the oh-so-generous higher-ups has finally approved our application for a new lab? Oh, or maybe you're here to command us very obedient researchers to fix you up an arc? You know, like Noah? Well, here's an idea. How about you shelve all that and let us get back to our research on edible Procrasma extract? At worst, we'll get a taste of something sweet.
The staff member gives an awkward wave and quickens his pace, hoping to get out of this predicament as soon as possible.
That's a topic that requires a rigorous approval process and oversight from... It's not within my power to decide. I need to deliver these files to Mr. Enigma immediately. I won't take up any more of your time.
They toss a small metal tube to the flustered staff member.
Give him this and make sure he eats it. My application's been sitting on his desk for 30 hours. Looks like the only way I'm gonna get through to him is if he experiences it for himself. If there's an emergency, just press the button on the wall, not the red one.
Medicine Pocket doesn't wait for a response, disappearing around the next corner instead. The staff member is left with nothing but a closed door in the distance.
I see. You can follow the proper procedures to file a complaint against Researcher Medicine Pocket.
He tosses the metal tube to one side and grabs something off his desk. A crumpled ball of paper drops neatly into the wastebasket by the staff member's feet.
The application has already been reviewed. The ever-generous assessor that I am. As for your request, based on the progress of our other projects, you can expect a response in about 69 business days.
This is an urgent matter, sir.
I understand completely. It's a pity for us both that Laplace isn't a wish-granting machine. If it truly is as urgent as you say, put the documents on the pile to your left. Make sure not to touch anything else.
Then when's the earliest?
52 business days. In principle, my department only accepts research assignments pertaining to the storm, and only the final results are delivered to us. The calculations and sample analyses you need will be handed off to other teams. But it's not like we have spare researchers just moseying around, and Laplace isn't the Foundation's personal calculator. If you have any objections or extenuating circumstances, you can take it up with our director. But of course, the position's still empty. I'm only standing in to manage the documents and affairs no one else cares to deal with. Looks like it'll be a tough job to find you a team. Close the door on your way out.
To his surprise, the staff member doesn't argue, but he doesn't budge either.
You can move your own legs without your boss's orders, can't you? Get out.
I'm glad to see you're still full of vigor, Adler.
His head snaps up in surprise as a familiar figure steps inside. Seeing who it is, he finally sets down his pen.
If it isn't my old friend. What are you fetching for Constantine this time? I trust the last report you snatched was to your satisfaction. If anything else in these stacks of scrap paper strikes your fancy, then by all means, help yourself.
He extends an arm and pats the mountain of files beside him.
That won't be necessary. Though I'll be sure to visit again should the need arise. Mark, there's still some details regarding the proposed adjustment to field agent rations I'd like you to confirm. Mr. Auric and Miss Simone have cleared a 15-minute block in their schedules. You'll find them in meeting room number 3.
Very well.
The door closes.
You knew of Miss Simone's return today. Most assumed she retired to the Timekeeper's suitcase along with Madame Lucy. Looks like the Foundation keeps as close an eye on Laplace as they do on Manus Vindictae.
He scoffs.
Some might even say that mad scientists and fanatical arcanists aren't so different. Though the former does have the small advantage of providing a handy little invention here and there.
Always thinking from a researcher's perspective, Valor. Every researcher wants an independent, undisturbed laboratory. A simple wish in theory, but difficult to implement in practice.
I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to lecture me. What's the matter?
I trust Auric has told you what transpired in Antarctica. Not long ago, we received reports from a field agent squads and investigators. This time, the storm has brought us to the year 1920, and to a war that should no longer exist.
The storm is hardly a perfect formula, and historical records often contain inaccuracies. Even under our current theoretical models, Arcana maintains a degree of uncertainty and unknowability. A minor error such as this should come as no surprise to you.
He takes the stack of reports in Madame Z's hand nonetheless. As he flips through the pages, his expression grows serious.
An error of this magnitude doesn't follow any of our current models. This flood has destroyed at least 2/3 of all our prior findings.
Since the beginning, we've diligently tracked the occurrence frequency of the storm. We've also long gotten used to it, abandoning any semblance of a pattern.
Because those who haven't gotten used to it are no longer with us.
A scornful laugh.
It's never easy to have your world turned upside down. For anyone, it's overwhelming at first. But the more you see it happen, the easier it is to accept. Of course, some still have their objections. There have been countless debates on whether we should prepare for war.
Laplace is not an arsenal.
Our more radical members believe that, since research on the storm will continue to be lost, we should divert our resources elsewhere. The LSCC has been without a director for a long time, and the Arcanocentric Society Institutum Laurens has gone unchecked. There is reason to believe that this has impacted Laplace's research efficiency.
She studies Enigma's expression, knowing he's already figured out why she has come.
So, to ensure our collaboration with Laplace continues to yield valuable results, the Foundation plans to dispatch a director of their own choosing.
Absolutely not.
His clenched fist never comes down on the desk. He stifles his anger. Rage won't help him now.
I don't agree with the sentiment, nor do I believe the Foundation should assume complete control of Laplace. However, the reality is that, besides some perfect directing machine, the members will be the most easily persuaded if we appoint a human as director, which is why I've come to you today. If, under your leadership, Laplace can produce a persuasive new discovery during this tumultuous period, it would help my cause immensely. Of course, no matter what, I'll continue to express my support for Laplace's independence to the Foundation.
Enigma looks at his old colleague. They worked together a long time ago, if only briefly.
What exactly are you hoping to achieve with all this politicking? For Laplace to align itself with a Foundation? Or with yourself? You don't seriously expect a group of scientists to spend their time strategizing these things like some kind of warlords pushing clay figurines around a sand table, do you?
Madame Z doesn't answer directly.
I'd like you to continue your research on the toy box sent by Mu C3. Investigate the source of its power and use its simulations to push out a report. Producing a final pre-storm protocol will refute the accusations that the LSCC lacks risk management policies, and the core of the toy box may just provide the new results you need.
Okay.
I see your reasoning, but why are you telling me this? Surely you aren't offering your help simply out of the goodness of your heart. What exactly are your feelings toward Laplace nowadays? Nostalgia? Or some kind of scientific idealism?
Madame Z pauses, then she brings up that old, often discussed topic.
I still believe we can reach the final theory. Something all-encompassing that unifies the entire universe.
Enigma falters, then let out a sigh.
Well, in that, we've just been going in circles. In a decade, all we've managed is to return to the 11th dimension.
But that doesn't mean all our past efforts have been meaningless.
She rises, cutting the conversation short.
Keep our hopes to understand the situation outside as soon as possible. Once you've arrived at a conclusion, please contact me immediately.
The door closes again. Madame Z stands in the corridor, gazing up at the unfamiliar silver-white building.
Can a scientist become a politician?
To be continued. Reminisce. During her university days, not even the grand unified theory could predict that a graduate would become a politician. String Theory 101. A philosopher from your homeland once said, "If we take a foot-long stick and cut it in half each day, we will never reach its end." No, I'm not here to discuss calculus. I'd like to ask you this. Do you think that a stick can truly be divided forever? If you reach the point where it can no longer be halved, what remains? You might say it's some fundamental particle, but my answer, the correct answer, is a string. Nature's most basic unit is not a particle, but an incredibly tiny string. Divide a string stick to its limit, and you'll find a string. Divide gold down to its limit, and you'll also find a string. Even the basic unit of gravity should be a string. The entire world is made up of strings vibrating at different frequencies in unseen higher dimensions. They may seem insignificant, but they are everywhere. Some pragmatists may laugh at you for taking my class, but why deal with a fantastical theory that has no experimental proof? I am a human, but you are an arcanist. I hope you understand my pursuit of a perfect concept, Mr. Zhang. Oh, hey, Courage. Welcome in. Welcome in. Just playing some Reverse 1999. I am Walter Snacklefox. I am a Fox-themed VTuber, adventurer, gacha gamer, programmer extraordinaire. Tonight we're playing one of my favorite gachas, Reverse 1999. And what do you mean, thank you for doing this? What's going on? I guess maybe playing Reverse 1999. That's a big thank you. What's going on with you? What do you like? Reading the story, okay. So we're on the same page. Yep. This is an interesting one. Ah, okay. You don't have the time to play the regular game, so you'll watch some streamers and do some other stuff. I'm at work! Alright. Don't tell your boss. Must be a theory that unifies everything in the universe. I've been doing a lot of research on this stuff. Carl Jaimungal or something. You skipped the story, oh no! He does interviews with scientists who talk about theories of everything. His podcast videos are all about that. Well, I'm the boss! Oh no! Oh no! Well, welcome in. Welcome in.
It's like a crossword. If you follow the clues.
To think that Adler's, like, big thing would be crossword puzzles?
Verdammt. Isn't it about time humanity evolved beyond sleep?
Like, I want him to be into something cooler, like real logic puzzles or something. Shakes his head and fixes his gaze on the jumbled grid lines covering his desk. Now, if in the Turing movie, which he's named after, the Enigma Machine, they were really dealing with crossword puzzles to test students, that makes sense that he'd like them. That's a reference, but is this playable? I'm actually crying. I know it. He's so cool. Like, I got him. 3 p.m.
It's only been 6 hours. Looks like the little biter's actually done some work in between destroying public property. Side effects have certainly lessened.
What is C star?
Did I throw away the instruction manual? What did it say?
Nice, okay. Okay. The spelling error, you're saying.
The other symptoms don't matter.
He rummages under the papers for the metal tube and tips 2 colorful candies into his palm. Is this Picrasma candy?
Toybox research, the Timekeeper's request, new results, and Lorenz.
Yeah, you made a mistake. All the stuff about Lorenz, they actually revealed it in one of the stories. It was so hilarious. Like, they're making that a major plot point, and it's just a big joke.
As always, problems rarely come alone. But the more problems there are, the closer we are to the solution.
We need to stop creating more problems.
Ulrich slams his fist down on the desk in an attempt to end the chaotic discussion spiraling before him. Unfortunately, in Laplace, shouting only invites a louder rebuttal.
Then get rid of the approval system so we can all work in peace for a couple weeks. You know, spend our time actually experimenting instead of writing damn reports. That's our problem. I'm telling you, even if Enigma locked himself in that room for the next decade, he wouldn't get through them all.
Focus on the matter at hand, researcher Medicine Pocket.
Ulrich is always so great.
The toy box has been fixed for now, and the communication problems it caused have also disappeared. But we need to come up with a way to prevent any similar incidents in the future. And it's crucial we figure out how it had such a widespread effect. We can't risk almost all of Laplace speaking in Cypher again. I, for one, believe it's related to the Storm Syndrome. But our research progress has been far too slow, so I need everyone.
There you go again. You're gonna say that the language disorder interfered with our work, right?
Medicine Pocket probably worked better without having to talk to people.
Well, let me make this clear. Whether I use Cypher or Decimal or freaking latte art to communicate, it's not gonna stop me from doing what I want.
Medicine Pocket mimics Ulrich's tone, drawing out the words.
Those emergency handbooks are only filling that tank of yours with useless garbage data. Whatever happens, my advice is the same. Mind your own business and let us fend for ourselves.
Huh. Sounds like you've gotten over accidentally ordering critter chow at the canteen. I suppose it is quite difficult to decipher a Tetris-based language, no? And no, we can't just blow up the toy box, Medicine Pocket. As I said before, it cannot be destroyed through arcane or scientific means. You should know when to quit.
Blow it up? Absolutely not.
The ferrofluid nearly bounces in the tank.
Adler already notified us that the Foundation is pressuring us to deliver persuasive research results. This isn't the first time they've used our laissez-faire attitude as an excuse to attack Laplace. We need to use the toy box's simulations to create a reliable emergency protocol.
Okay, I get you. We just need to submit something that'll shut them up. So why don't you round up everyone who's been wasting research materials, hand them all Lorentz ID badges, and turn them over?
The Foundation has been quite lively lately. As crowded and chaotic as the crystal structure of austenite, supposedly.
When blurry, Ulrich is trying his best to hold it together. Eventually, the tremor in his voice module settles.
That's quite enough. Now, if you'd please return to today's topic. Researcher Pointer, Researcher X, how are the results of your data analysis?
Two researchers have long grown accustomed to the lab's clamor. They know silence is the best way to keep out of it. Pointer pushes a stack of files towards Ulrich.
Here's my section. I've included a summary for the Timekeeper's perusal. In simple terms, the flood has altered the characteristics of the storm. The vast majority of our past data has been rendered useless. Our most reliable models require multiple rounds of verification. Therefore, our current conclusions are for reference only.
This should be plenty. I'm confident we'll adapt to these new conditions very soon.
Okay. Everyone silently agrees.
Have we made any discoveries regarding the arcane fluctuations emanating from the toy box?
Okay.
If we're only looking at the numbers, the magnitude of these arcane fluctuations far exceeds normal levels. I also consulted all the arcanists I know with arcane skills related to language, words, or sound. None of them could find any man-made traces in the fluctuations. I have two hypotheses. One, this toy box is a naturally occurring arcane object. And two, its core holds a power beyond most arcanists.
You didn't know Pointer existed. You're coming back to Reverse 1999 after 2 patches. It's been a while since she's been in it, though. She was in Hisabeth's story, I believe, as her main content with Kipperina. And that was at least half a year ago? Maybe more? He pauses. Hesitation, perhaps.
I also have a personal theory. Mr. Ludwig's arcane fluctuations.
Thud. Well, you're on off season in Reverse 1999 a lot. Understandable. And with that type of stuff, when it's a side story, not part of the main content. Now, I tend to like the side stories a lot, but sometimes you have to triage and make your choices. Everyone turns toward the figure that just burst in.
Mr. Enigma.
Doors unlocked.
The visitor pushes the door open and enters.
I already reviewed your application last Wednesday, X. And you and Hisabeth can stop submitting those clinical trial applications for Medicine Pocket's project.
Oh, I have a friend.
Regulus is not an option either. That doesn't scream arcanist. I will handle this myself. After all, I was the one who questioned Medicine Pocket on the possibility of resuming research on the topic in the first place.
Good. You love Reverse 1999. You can come back anytime, and it's very easy to catch up. I agree. As long as you're willing to put in a few days.
An antidote for procrastination.
It's like binging anime.
Human consumption and a universally applicable edible extract with energizing effects.
He's trying to advertise his own Picrasma energy drink. Welcome in, Skychild. Finally, you were upset that you missed some streams, understandably. Well, here we are in Reverse 1999, playing the new patch, and I know you like the ladies. This is a man patch. We've got Enigma, but if there is a delicious guy in this game besides Igor, it's probably him. And then a lot of people go crazy for Medicine Pocket as kind of like a gender bender. He delivers the long string of terms with neither a stumble nor a pause, as if reciting from a script.
There's no need for you to worry.
How have you been? How have you been? We do have a guest today, Courage004. Oh, well, okay, yes. Ezio is quite the handsome man himself. They gave him an enormous glow up for Reverse 1999. Yes, okay, I just don't consider him like a member of the game, I guess.
That proposal was supposed
Like,
to be
this is Enigma right here.
Never mind. But we need to act like this research topic doesn't exist until it yields some results.
And listen to the accent. I love great accents.
You are all pureblood arcanists. You have a natural tolerance for Picrasma extract. But it's simply too dangerous to move straight onto pureblood humans. Well, I suppose it's about time my quarter arcanist blood.
Yeah, it's good to have everyone friendly in chat. Thank you very much. Skychild's one of my regulars. They first came in on like
I have no intention.
Oh, it was when I did the reading stream for that adorable Fox Girl Otome novel. I think that Skychild first came in.
But I did receive a document I think you should see.
Of course you did. There's always more.
It's about the language disorder caused by the toy box's malfunction. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Although the world outside has returned to normal, a lot of curious occurrences have appeared in the toy box. Allegedly, the behavior of its inhabitants has become increasingly formulaic, and unified.
Oh?
Of course, these are Mr. Ulrich's words. I haven't seen it for myself. The specifics are on top.
You have no memory. Do you at least remember the novels? The absolutely adorable little fox girl taken from another world into, like, a video game. And she's, like, got the most beautiful fur in the world. And her sister's always trying to protect her. And then she's, like, falling head over heels for the guys around her. And she is nervous as all get out. I'm a little obsessed with foxes, alright? You wake up at 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. since as a kid? What is going on? When I had to go to school, back in, like, grade school, I was up at, like, 5:45. And that's still later than you were, and I was crazy. Since you were born? Do you, like, hate the sun?
It's comprehensive. Exhaustive, even. It should be more than enough to submit to the Foundation. But Ulrich isn't convinced it's persuasive enough, so he hasn't turned it in. We all know how easy it is to fall down a research rabbit hole. He needs someone on the outside to step in and make a decision. At least, that's what I think. There's also the small matter of a waveform contaminating the toy box's arcane fluctuations. A waveform extremely similar to that of our dear Mr. Raven.
Oh, you are not being subtle there, really, Mr. X.
I've compared it. It's distinctly different from the other simulation data.
The sun likes to drink me. Understandable. Haha. You wake up at 7. That's about me. I tend to wake up earlier and then try to sleep in until 7. He steps out and shuts the door behind him. You used to wake up at 7. Now it sounds like you're a rebel. Haha. Ulrich!
I'm trying to return this copy of your report that you forgot.
Read before opening. Swear you are more than 6 years old, or at least no longer have a habit of putting toys in your mouth. I love this music, by the way. You watch the sun come up. Oh man. Let's just say when I go to sleep nowadays, I see the sun come up. Wait, is this your morning courage? Hey, I welcome in if that's the case. Haha. Place the toy box upright on a firm surface with my handsome faces facing up. Make sure no cats are around. What is this? Make sure you have at least one friend to play with. Multiple personalities count as friends too? Chant this happy little incantation. With Arcanum comes endless imagination. The Museum right before your eyes. Muse 3 reserves the right to the final interpretation of this product. Was this written by X? Morning. If you call 9 p.m. then. I'm saying you do, not me. The internet is less reliable than you think. (0001) anonymous number, whatever. The language disorder badly damaged our servers. Much of the historical data was corrupted into garbled text and couldn't be recovered. There was nothing I could do except format the servers. So this is what wanting to turn back time feels like. I almost want to join Manus Vindictae. Whatever, a whole year's worth of my experimental data got turned into gibberish. How could things get any worse? Becoming Enigma. What if we throw all the servers into the storm? How likely are we to get a server from before the language disorder? The data says the chance is so small that even an astronomer would ignore it. but if we made the storm affect all of Laplace, someone's evil index has surpassed medicine pockets. I've contacted security. What a disaster. Eyes flash a vampire crimson and blinks normal again. What's going on, Skychild? Turn those eyes back to vampire crimson. We won't have normal in this chat. And you know I like that. What a disaster. You know, one hexadecimal John Titor is already enough trouble. I heard she spoke almost only English the whole time during the language disorder. Oh no. What? Madame Lucy? Sweet Madame Lucy, did that really happen? Maybe. Maybe not. Rumors about her are always like that. I'd like to join the Manus Vindictae too. It's hardly worth it's honestly worth considering. That's it, folks. Laplace is done for. A professional expedition team of one investigator and 2 researchers trudges through the woods.
Critters since we entered this forest.
At least we didn't come here for nothing. Hey Ulrich, don't forget our loot.
The card skin. Oh, you mean for combat? I've got one of them. What is the new one like? Why is it? What do you like about it? His fellow researcher stares at him incredulously.
Loot? Adler, are you seriously calling these supplies loot? I didn't expect you, of all people, to start indulging in roleplay.
I don't know what you're talking about. And you can save your energy for the journey. We still have a long way ahead of us.
You're a Vampirion, part blood as a Daywalker. So are you saying you can change your eyes? Like, you can change them back and forth to disguise yourself? Alright, but if you're disguising yourself, why are you doing it around me? I'm not a vampire hunter. Like, what if I save the vampires? What if they're cute? Man, I don't know how to describe art. It's a hit or miss for me. You mean about describing the card skin? Understandable. Maybe I'll look at it later. Sensing another argument brewing.
Mr. Ulrich, perhaps we should hurry, so we can get there before the language disorder spreads to all of Laplace.
Ah, good. At least someone in our party can put together a rational thought.
According to Muse's map, we still have 7 kilometers until we reach the toy box's depths. If we cross this critter's territory, we'll save a third of the time it would take to...
Yes, courage is new. But they're apparently a reverse 1999 fan, which makes it almost like they've been here the whole time. They know all of my lore. Like a lot of it, at least, alright?
Is that a critter?
Ha ha ha! It's an arcanist using critter speech. Looks like another piece afflicted with a language disorder.
Marcus stares at the arcanist and frowns. Is this medicine pocket?
We're too far away. I can't make out what he's trying to say. Let's get closer. I may be able to read some useful information. Alright, allow me.
Oh man, only chapter 6? Like, is that including side stories or no? I see better at night than day because daylight gives me a headache. Okay. Hey, maybe if you ever get your own place, Skychild, you just take on Courage's. You just take literally on Courage's timeline. You wake up early enough to watch a Snacklefox stream, and then you go to then you stay up all night.
Stay behind me. I'll keep us safe.
And us in the shade, made it have fun. You read... Oh, that... Okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, very relevant to this story. Her name was Greta, I believe. Greta Hoffman.
I understand. There's a maiden hair fern and a bamboo shoot.
Yeah, I do remember that, so... Good luck on that.
Looks like all I need to do is
Be the proper night watchman, Sky Child.
Hurry, we will buy you some time.
Maiden hair fern?
continue along the humid, shaded areas preferred by maiden hair ferns. I suppose we are like ants to the people outside. A giant bamboo shoot that looks like a green arrow grows at the end of the path we're looking for. Oh, our shortcut is just there, behind that big tree.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one. I like the roguelike aspect of it. Let me see, we're doing Fleta Page as her assistant. Let's get up Liang Yue's bonus. And get up Flutter Page's bonus. Oh, you went through Robuska. Yeah, I have Robuska currently on my main page. She's so adorable. I have a lot of favorite characters in this game. My absolute favorite is Tooth Fairy. But Melania's big as well. Vila's big as well. Jessica's big as well. I like a lot of them. You always get extra thirsty around humans? That's because you're a vampire. But Sky Child, you have to remember, we've got Arcanists in Reverse 1999. Do you get thirsty around them? And also, do you want me to pull out the super sexy vampire lady?
This really was a shortcut.
She appears in the story. Semmelweis is in the story. She only shows up at the beginning so far, but maybe she'll show up again. And she's not wearing anything revealing, but she is super hot. Enigma glances down at her. Marcus is excitedly checking what's ahead, a far cry from that head-down figure he vaguely remembers. I'm also a witch. Yes, the spitting image of a brave investigator, a mountaineer,
I'm very grateful for your help, Miss Marcus. I wager we'd still be running in circles if you weren't here.
Indeed. If we can maintain this rate of progress, we'll be submitting an up-to-standard pre-storm protocol very, very soon.
Nice.
Ulrich, why didn't you submit this copy of the pre-storm protocol?
Sandrone was last night, Sky Child. Sandrone was in Genshin's story last night and already made something like that joke. Dude, by the way, is there anything new about the storm-related info? Or why it happens you don't have to go out of your way? There's a lot that's new. There is so much that we know more about the storm. I mean, you kind of got the very beginning of an entire storyline of figuring out the storm with that Greta Hoffman story. That was the very beginning of it. And it just kept on kicking up. And that story they were talking about down in Antarctica, when it set everything off, that was like a anniversary patch, and that was big. Yes. I mean, alternatively, I can post my VODs and you can run through my timeline. Like, I should have almost everything on there for Reverse 1999. I might have lost a stream or two.
Half-finished products have no place in a conference, Adler.
Let me see. Well, the Nautica patch was 3rd anniversary. And let me see. What was before that? was Anjo Nawa's second anniversary? I bet it was right around there. The Brazil patch.
It simply isn't.
Yeah.
The Toy Box's storm simulation still poses some problems that require solving.
You drink water and eat human food and drink blood. I mean, only one of those things is a little unusual.
Am I hearing this right, Blob for Brains?
You're probably still more normal than Medicine Pocket right here.
Thought you'd play us all for laughs for a while? Ugh, just turn it in, damn it! Shut those checkered chumps up!
Ha ha ha! Those checkered chumps. That's her name for, like, the Foundation because they were the checkered pattern.
As I said, there are still some problems that haven't...
Ulrich, you are slipping into the mindset of a creator. They're simulated data. There's no need for your humanitarian care.
And your biases are showing, Adler. As you'll recall from your encounters with the many familiar faces in the toy box, the pieces there are not objectively different from their real-world counterparts.
No, none of this is real.
They are just pieces of data. Parts of a simulation. You shut yourself in your labs, in the toy box, calculating all day. And for what? If you all keep playing delusional genius and continue to ignore the problems Laplace is
Hisses randomly.
soon it will be out of our hands.
Do you remember Hisabeth, Skychild? Have you even heard of Hisabeth Courage?
This isn't the toy
She's in
box.
this chapter.
There are no
She's really
results.
cute. I love her so much. A brief silence falls over the meeting room. Then the researchers catch on to a certain keyword.
It's true, Adler. With every new era brought by the storm, the Foundation has only tightened their policies, perhaps to an extreme.
This is Pointer.
However, they need Laplace's research results.
You did read her story. Oh, you know her, but you haven't read her story.
The Foundation doesn't view us as an enemy.
Exactly. I seriously don't get you guys. It's not like it'll affect us, so quit wasting our time with all these meetings. So what if Laplace loses its independence?
Adler, we can't properly discuss the issue if you don't explain what's making you so apprehensive.
Yeah. Enigma's mouth opens. A habitual scoff slips out before any words can.
If the Foundation passes their storm personnel reform, do you really think you'll be able to continue your research freely? Laplace is this close to being completely subsumed by the Foundation. When that happens, where do you think our inventions are going to be used?
Jay, oh man, that goes way back. Yeah. I love Jay, and then they followed it up. Yeah. Who was the 3-star there? Oh, I don't think it was a 3-star, but you mean like the mannequin guy?
Don't tell me that none of you have ever considered.
I bet he was like a 5-star.
Oh la la. No wonder they called you Enigma.
That's Hisabeth right there. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? She's part snake, by the way. She's got snakes in her hair. I have her. She's gorgeous. She's got snake eyes. She's got tiny little teeth. She is gorgeous. Thank you. I have a lot of gorgeous women in this game that I like, so... Like, Hisabeth is up there. The substitute director draws a deep breath. Aww.
Adler Hoffman, you've arrived.
Not Constantine.
Sit.
No need. I'm not here to chat.
Fine by me. Then allow me to move on to the subject. How's your progress on the storm contingency plan the Foundation...
She might be okay? Skychild, you and her have something in common. If you're a vampire, you've got fangs. She has fangs. You like biting. She likes biting. Like, you're practically sisters. Enigma waves the question away impatiently.
Get to the point.
I had planned on some small talk, but I'll get right to it if you wish.
She leans back in her chair.
If you assume the position of Laplace's next director, I can promise that the Foundation will not significantly interfere with the LSCC's regular operations.
They like Adler?
On the condition I obey your every word.
Quite the opposite. Everything will be in your hands to do with as you see fit.
Then I would choose to keep things the way they are. And there are plenty of more outstanding, more rational members who could take on the responsibility. Take Ulrich, the leader of the Storm Research Group, for example. Or Pointer. She did remarkable work on developing the teleport disc, among any number of others.
Mr. Adler, I'm afraid you've missed a crucial point. Although committee member Irenai is the one pushing for the Storm personnel reform, appointing you as the director of Laplace is not his intention.
Man, I love 1999 not because of the characters like themselves. It's the overall feel of the game. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like comfort food for me. Oh, yeah, I understand that completely. Like, I do both. Like, but if I'm going to rank gacha characters, I love the ones in Reverse 1999, but there's probably gacha characters from other games that rank higher. Like, the highest character, like, I think Zenless Zone Zero has all my favorites right now. But still, Reverse 1999 has so many good ones. Like, I think if I was going by numbers and not like top, Reverse 1999 has more of my has more of my favorites than ZZZ does, but the ZZZ ones rank a little higher. Partly it's because the ones in ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero, actually like to get a little crazier. Like, I like Remy Eldan, who's the new character. I love her. She's crazy. I love her. And before that, Vivian. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're free. Vivian, Alice, like, they're crazier than the Arcanists in this game.
It's yours, isn't it, Madame Constantine?
You see, a keen mind is a key prerequisite to becoming director. The core of the issue isn't how the Foundation presents its final decision to the outside world, but who we present. And what we need is a human. A stable, persuasive, uncontroversial human. When all is said and done, the Foundation's objective remains the same. We only wish to do all we can to brave the storm. In this regard, you are the best choice, Mr. Adler.
Okay.
Your best choice was forced to retire in the Timekeeper's suitcase.
Yes. Madame Lucy has certainly been enjoying a comfortable vacation.
Ha ha ha. Maintaining her smile, Constantine steers the conversation in another direction. Being part blood, the vampirism doesn't necessarily show. Well, that's a pity. I like to see it.
To be kept to yourself for the time
now,
of course.
Would you be something similar to Vivian in ZZZ or to Evernight from Honkai Star Rail? Can you show the red eyes? Can you look a little sinister or yandere?
As you're well aware, for many years we've been searching for a method to bring back those reversed in the storm. Well, the Foundation has discovered a feasible theory. If we can inject a person's past memories into a suitable body, then we can restore those who were lost. All those years ago, a special candidate helped us in the first stages of this experiment.
They're taking this seriously.
Starting to see results. To this end, we hope to acquire help from Laplace.
We blend in amongst humans because we drink red drinks as an option. So you like wine. I get that. That's not a problem.
on, spit it out! Or have all those long-winded administrative tasks totally destroyed your ability to get to the point?
You know something, don't you, Adler?
Everyone waits for Enigma to speak, but all they get is a room full of puzzled looks. Red wine and alcohol-free drinks. You like punch, I guess. No matter how much he despises Constantine's implications and methods, he knows that this is neither the time nor the place for sharing what he's learned. The words he cannot speak harden into a stone at the back of his throat. Were he to let it fall, the ripples it would send through Laplace would be impossible to calm.
I'm simply learning to consider the consequences before I act. Some of the Foundation's committee members have gotten swept up in the prospect of an impending arcane war. If this goes on, Laplace mustn't become a pawn in their war games, or a bargaining chip for their faction disputes. In short, we need to submit our pre-storm protocol as soon as possible, which means we need to figure out what the core of the toy box really is. No, whatever it is, we need to crack it open as soon as possible. Alright? If we hurry, we still have a chance to convince the talking heads at the Foundation to leave us be.
Each researcher wears a different expression. Bites my tail and takes off. Well, I'm bleeding. If you needed it that badly, I could have gotten you something from the fridge, alright? Each researcher wears a different expression.
Enigma, are you actually begging right now? Quick, has the storm stopped? Has hell frozen over?
Whatever. Just give me an answer.
The ferrofluid swirls violently in the tank. Then slowly it settles.
All right. It seems there'll be no solving our differences in the short term. So, I have a proposal. We submit 2 reports, and let the reviewers decide.
Sips on my straw! You've seen my straw, haven't you? On my tail. You calling my tail a straw? No! Do I have to make rules specifically for you that say my tail is not a straw?
Fine.
In the toy box once again, Enigma's exploration has taken him to a beach. Waves roll in, foaming at the shore.
From a visual estimate, the perfect language covers everything in a 5-kilometer radius, with the tower as its center. On the beach outside this 5-kilometer area,
you put a straw into my tail.
Signs of language disorder.
That's not that much better? You're like a mosquito? Mosquitoes are not cool. Vampires are cool, mosquitoes are not.
It deconstructs words into phonemes, the building blocks of sound, and uses them as the building blocks of matter. A handful of seawater contains 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 20 phonemes.
Okay.
So clearly the phonemes themselves don't carry any meaning. They do leave room to construct one.
The waves whirl, causing phonemes to clash and ring against one another.
The waves create a chiming sound.
Yes! Only where you bit, it doesn't help.
This seawater holds enough phonemes such that they may organize into morphemes, the smallest units of meaning. Monkeys may have an easier time putting Shakespeare together here than writing it on typewriters.
A jelly-thick breeze brushes Enigma's cheek and carries his wry muttering to the waves' crests. Then the waves break against the shore again and the wind shifts.
It seems the wind strips even the quietest utterances into the smallest units of sound.
He casts his hearing like a net, carefully sifting out bare phonemes and weaving them together into a meaning.
These symptoms can be understood as a language microscope. Or maybe a scalpel.
Thank you? You thought it was a party? For a party, you need more than one, Skychild. I was not a part of that party. The party was against me. Do you understand?
The environment dissolves and dissects every spoken word, leaving only its phonetic fragments behind. To use language is to quickly combine these pieces into specific sequences to create a meaningful utterance. Thus, one could view this entire environment as a simulation of language use. Bilabial plosive. Diphthong. Mid-central vowel. Nasal. The phonemes of poem.
Vampire giggles with red eyes. Well, I hope you're not biting again. But definitely welcome back looking like that.
Huh. I see. It's encryption and decryption. Hardly foreign territory for me.
Enigma crouches down, pulls a small glass vial from his pocket, and fills it to 2/3 mark with seawater. He seals the vial and shakes it. The liquid inside is crystal clear.
It still appears like normal seawater in this container. Let's see if X has any suitable equipment to analyze its composition when I get back. I wonder, if I bring this vial of seawater to the tower, will its composition change?
Eyes go to blackish brown. Don't answer this, Courage. What color are your eyes? Ha ha ha. The net catches a few stray symbols. Not far off, several toy box locals rush from the reef in panic. Puzzled, Enigma watches as they come running straight. As they draw closer, the phonemes reassemble into words.
This language deconstruction phenomenon seems to have a limited range. Just now, the limit was around 2 meters.
Naturally blackish brown. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I like... Okay. You understand then. Yeah. Like, they don't come up that often. When they do, they normally dress sexy, but they act sexy. Like, actually, their hunger itself is kind of sexy for me. When I'm not being bitten by Skychild. Yeah. Also, a lot of times they just have, even if their eyes weren't red, they just always have the most gorgeous eyes anyway. He quickly jots the new finding on the back of his hand, but the local shouting robs him of any chance to ponder it further. So, she's not a... I do play HSR offline. I haven't played it online in a while. Technically, it can come back, but HSR's story has been leaving something to be desired, at least since Amphorius. Now, there have been hits. Columbina's story was a banger, and Evernight herself was a banger, and I like Castorus as a character, but Amphorius as a whole was lacking. And a lot of people said even if they liked Amphorius as a story, they just ditched the finale. It was terrible for that season, for that patch sequence. Okay, yeah, I still love the characters. They have some of the only Fox girls in MiHoYo games with tails. It's wild. Like, They put in Yamiko into Genshin. A fox girl. Yes, I agree. HP inflation. Yamiko into Genshin. Fox girl. Where's her tail? Then in ZZZ, they put in Miyabi. Where's her tail? They put in a couple others into HSR. Like, you've got Fei Zhao. I have her. I have all of these fox girls. Where's her tail? And then, let me see. There was a fox boy as well. Fei Zhao's lieutenant. And I'm just blanking on his name. But where's his tail as well? I like tails. Tails are a big part of the appeal of fox girls. If you take away their tail, you take away their soul. JQ? Meaning, like, you have to... Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Oh, that was his name. Yeah. Zhao Qiao or something. He quickly jots the new finding on the back of his hand, but the local shouting robs him of any chance to ponder it further. Huh? Getting actual answers? Eyes closed and hands run through hair and eyes go back to crimson. Human past. Eyes back as crimson. Hey, you're welcome in here. The clamoring callers surround him. No matter which way he steps, they swarm back in an instant. So, Vivian, I brought her up. She's got the red eyes. She's not a vampire, but she's vampire coded, and that's enough. Oh, a human passed by you. Okay. The clamoring callers surround him. No matter which way he steps, they swarm back in an instant. He tries to convince himself they're nothing but cold data. Not real people. Not worth his time.
Better attacks are common in the toy box.
Oh.
Go find the fellow with the glass tank for a head.
Has a vampire character on banner now that is male and has a butler aesthetic. I do have the game, but I uninstalled it. Like, if you know that I like fox girls... Okay, Rossi was not a fox girl, she was a wolf girl, but you could have convinced me easily to get her because she was so cute! She was like a fox girl anyway, it was close. I played it for Rossi, and the story did not catch me, and I kind of gave it up.
I need to get to that tower.
As a programmer, I was kind of okay with the factory stuff. Yeah, I mean, I just have too much. Like, I have to... Gacha games each take up so much of your time. Like you said with Reverse 1999, you've got to prioritize. Oh, you're talking about a resident lesbian. Reverse 1999 is the game made for the lesbians. This game has so much of the beautiful girls for the beautiful women. Like, it has one of the biggest ladies fan bases of all of Gacha outside of like the outright for the girls who like girls. Outside of like the outright like lad stuff, which has been in the news recently, you've got lads, Tears of Themis, and then a few steps over and more interested in ladies, you've got Reverse 1999. The pieces refuse to take no for an answer. Their reality has made the choice for them. Keep pushing. Enigma glances down at his timer. 10 hours in the toy box already.
Waste time on things like this. I won't make any progress on the tower's function before the simulated storm hits. I need to finish the pre-storm protocol before Ulrich does. All the damn pleading. What is this, a time loop?
What is Shixie smiles? When needs collide, the result is neither a standoff or a concession. And lately, Enigma has been favoring the latter. There's not a trace of simulation in the panic on their faces. Not even Laplace's most advanced equipment could produce terror so faithfully. Not even Medicine Pocket could do it. Oh, sexy smiles. Okay, cool. You have one complaint about Reverse 1999? I mean, the common complaint is that we don't have even more of it, that it's not popular enough. Maybe you've got something else that's a bit more, like, if I could wander around and meet the characters I love in 3D, or maybe even in 2D, yeah, but let me tell you this, Courage. I like a gacha game where where it takes forever to max something. I like a gacha game where I can just keep on investing. Resonant Solstice is one of the ones I play. It's the train game. It has cute characters. I have played it on stream quite a few times. We've got one coming up soon, I'm sure. It has fantastic team building. If you like team building, play that game. After, like, you get up and catch up on Reverse 1999. But it's cool. You ride around in a train, you fight monsters, you go through the story. The primary way of building up your characters, you do not grind for artifacts, you grind for money. You grind to build up your character's abilities, you grind for money. It's mostly money. Alright. You know where we need out in honor of this chat. So... Audica? Did I get... Oh, she's up top. Hydrate! Alright. Ah. Good stuff. Hydrate. Those who can tell good from evil. This beach is our territory. Are they making more sense than the people are? You dare mess with us? Then face our might.
Let's get this over with quickly.
Alright, look at that vampire lady.
Agreed. Taking a peek inside.
Channel. And then this thing.
Sensing their thoughts.
Huh. Very well.
The path will become clear.
By God's grace.
Face the truth.
Battles have little meaning, save for the prizes.
Critter's speech, just you wait. Can he just understand critters now after doing some of this, like, investigation? 50 Shades of Red is the vampire lesbian version of 50 Shades of Grey? Okay. Well, I'm probably not gonna read it. Just saying. Like, I know that Reverse 1999 is kind of the hot lesbian gacha game, but in my heart, I want all of those ladies to love me, okay? Like, I think at least they're bi.
Thank you for lending us a hand.
You again.
Hoffman? Literally Hoffman? Greta? As he approaches the trapped survivor. A simulation of someone he knew better than anyone, built from Greta Hoffman's memory data.
I should have known. This is the only way to the tower.
RIP. They're all made up though, right, Skychild? He mutters under his breath and takes a step forward. It's a waste of time. None of this is real. Just an absurd coincidence generated by the toy box's logic.
I saw you on my previous expeditions.
Yeah. Like, the last time you played? Not really, I mean, it's been a while. You played Robuska, maybe a couple others.
Oh, you're from the outside. This world is constantly resetting, so I'm afraid I cannot recall our previous encounters.
Did Greta smile? She was not a smiling character, I guarantee it. But...
The last time I saw you, you were also on your way to explore the depths of the toy box. Is that the case this time as well? I built a tower there, in the depths, but nothing has changed. I'm no closer to finding out how to stop the storm in here.
True, she was hella strict. Poor Marcus! Hey, they were on a mission. Like, things were going hell in a handbasket, I can tell you that. I respect Greta for getting at least Marcus out alive and sacrificing herself.
Listen to me. This is all a simulation, designed to help us find a solution to the storm. No matter what you do, everything will eventually reset to its original state. Nothing will change.
True, sad.
You don't have to waste your time like this. You've already made this journey before, and it is difficult and meaningless.
He's got the nihilism bug. Hoffman studies Enigma calmly. He's standing right in front of her, blocking the road ahead.
I appreciate your concern. It appears this isn't the first time you've observed our actions, and I'm glad I was able to help you come to your conclusions. However, everything you've said pertains to your business as an outsider. From your point of view, perhaps your claims are correct, but I'll only know if your advice is meaningful to me once I get there myself. When I see that tower with my own eyes. In any case, I won't be the last to visit it. Perhaps whatever I leave behind will help those who come after.
Just like in real life.
Besides, if you've already concluded that this is meaningless, why did you return?
Leaving the question to hang in the air, Hoffman brushes past Enigma and follows the road behind him. Enigma doesn't move, the ticker ticks on, converting precious time into numbers. Vampire Girl on Skychild's shoulder looking at Snackle Fox's eyes with Skychild. You have a girl on your shoulder? A vampire-like daughter kid? I've got Vampire Rice Shower on my shoulder. Not really. About 6. All is but a riddle. Not kid. Oh, okay. Vampire Girl is not a kid. I get it. Okay.
I'm heading out.
Vampire Lady.
You can heat up the leftovers in the fridge for lunch. Did you hear that, Adler?
What's the appeal of
Both women.
Anyway, at this point, even the neighbors are saying, "Looking for Greta? She's probably gone mountain climbing."
The young woman at the door has already laced up her shoes. She stamps her feet on the mat. She shoulders her hiking pack and glances back at her brother as she rises.
Would you like to come?
Younger Greta, what is this?
Last time you joined me on the Covendo climb, before we'd even made it back, you said you'd never participate in any weekend sports events ever again.
Yeah, well... In my fiction, when I write this story, Robuska's gonna get an actual story as a vampire because she deserves it.
Chess, swimming, or doing those math problems you love? They're all worthy
She's so
pastimes.
cute.
There's no need to follow me.
I only came here to get a glass of water.
Look at him, he's like a college student. They both are.
Sure. By the way, I need your help for something.
Greta tosses him a set of keys. He catches them, his eyes never leaving the crossword in the newspaper.
What are you poring over now? Planning to lock up Papa's cigarette cabinet behind a code again?
That was just a visionaire cipher. A beginner's puzzle.
Anyway, if you have the time, could you mow the lawn in the back garden? It would make Mama and Papa happy. And you know, I've never asked. What's got you so dead set on Laplace? There are plenty of outstanding research facilities to choose from. Why them?
Because I believe we share the same ideas.
The seriousness in his tone makes her pause. Her hand lingers
There
over.
must be a series that unifies everything in the universe. Because every puzzle has a solution.
What about Rubuska's friend? Are you Rubuska's friend?
Password. If you follow the clues, you'll arrive at an answer. The only answer. An established theory. It's simple, clear, rational.
He looks like one of the guys from one of the romance anime I like. Blue Spring Ride. It's kind of freaky.
Codes simply
Also, that guy was super depressed, and so was Adler.
Identify these rules, and you can decipher it. If we don't have an answer, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but rather that we haven't discovered it yet. I've attended lectures at Laplace. Their researchers firmly believe they can discover the truth. It's utter conceit. But that's the way it should be.
Your followers, yes. Greta nods and opens the door with a smile.
I see. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll receive an invitation from them soon enough. I've asked around. They all said age is no matter, nor whether or not you are an arcanist. Laplace opens its doors to geniuses. That's the only requirement.
You're followers of Robuska. Okay.
Won't be any trouble for you, Bruderherz.
In memory of Greta Hoffman. He crouches and sets the flowers down before the headstone. They join other bouquets. White chrysanthemums now spill over the edge of the stone and onto the grass.
Many people remember you. Even Musahe 3's toolbox has a chunk of data, still diligently simulating your stubbornness. But I'm sure you don't want to hear me prattle on about the past.
Whether to himself or to push something away, Enigma searches his cluttered thoughts for something to say.
The Tower of Babel we used to solve the language disorder. It isn't the final solution.
The Tower of Babel to solve the language disorder?
Yes, people are able to use verbal communication to understand each other again. Unprecedented, I know. But this has come at a cost. The piece's cognitive processes have all
Oh, yeah?
been under the same model.
Which part? Oh, yeah. Going back to... You mean specifically about the Tower of Babel? Or, like, Greta Hoffman?
Unanimous agreement.
I don't remember the Tower of Babel thing.
Can this even be considered communication?
Giggles mischievously and disappears. He's been staring at the engraved letters for so long they started to look strange. It's like this is all sort of some dream.
Ulrich and I each set off on our own expeditions.
Oh.
In the end, we both decided to destroy the tower and take its core.
Was it an actual story? What was this a part of? Like, I know the Tower of Babel, but that was in the Bible. Oh, okay. Was this like a goofy thing inside of the Pre-Storm Protocol? Because that's what this story is about.
So, now we have a new problem to solve. The core has a combination lock.
Okay.
And I can't make heads or tails of it.
The headstone offers only silence, though that doesn't stop Enigma from working out what Greta's response may have been.
I know. You wouldn't understand. This is supposed to be my specialty. finding clues, cracking codes. Hold it, but my mind's gone rusty. Even my own thoughts have become unreliable.
Ha ha ha! Close enough?
I haven't done any research of my own in a long time. Oh no. Just pointless meetings and endless paperwork.
I think that's closer.
Trivial, inconsequential matters have absorbed my every waking moment, grinding the old gears in my head to a halt. I can almost hear them creaking when I try to get them turning again. Perhaps I've lost the tap.
He nods with a bitter smile.
Maybe one day soon, I'll be using one of X's inventions. Even his simplest robots couldn't do any worse than me.
The white chrysanthemums whisper in the drifting wind, and as he falls silent, the world sounds close in around him.
Oh, Mr. Enigma,
You're here too. He turns toward the voice. Greta's mentee stands before him, arms full of flowers.
This was on the way. You're here to see her again.
Yes, I've brought some new manuscripts for her to see. These manuscripts. I'm going to submit them to the Daydream Post. But I'm not sure whether I'll be rejected again. I used a different recording technique this time, based on the feedback Madame Hoffman gave me once. So, I wanted to show them to her before I got an answer from the magazine. I hope she can see that I've finally figured out what to do with my limitless reading. Instead of focusing on how much I can read, I've decided to focus on the specific truths I can glean from them. To record the story of the storm.
Aw, thanks for the... You gave me a follow like an hour ago and I didn't see it. Sorry for that, Courage. Thank you very much. It is good to see people in... Excuse me. Good to see people who want to come back again and who appreciate the Reverse 1999. Hopefully you're gonna like the other stuff too.
Without betraying my own principles or Madame Hoffman's teachings, I've managed to find a recording technique that can realize my...
Comes back alone while a Vampirion cleanup crew goes in where Amber comes out from. Understandable. Somebody has to clean up the goo. Prage.
Of course, it's definitely lacking in a lot of ways.
I want to see him look at it. Marcus manages to say what she means, though not without stumbling over herself. She doesn't know Enigma well. Greta was that lone thread that connected them.
Actually, Mr. Enigma, I never thought you'd come here. Oh, I don't mean that as a criticism. I only mean... I understand how you were feeling, but I suppose now you're here? You found an answer to that question?
Marcus chooses her words with care.
Not yet, but staying like this isn't going to help me think either.
Well, reading takes time, and so does seeking proof.
Perhaps. You probably have a lot to say to her. I'll get out of your way.
Enigma reaches into his pocket and feels the cold metal tube in his palm. He rummages in the other.
What's wrong, Mr. Enigma?
Nothing. Here.
Marcus opens her hands. Enigma drops something into them and turns to leave. She looks down. She knows these candies well. Similar ones could always be found in her mentor's pockets. Sorry you killed the vampire girl? With what? Why would vampires kill each other?
Oh.
Well, mince. Their tense, fruitless meeting finally ends. Enigma stands in the busy hall, adrift. GG to the vampire girl, I guess. Staff members rush past without noticing him, arms full of files, each load heavier than the last.
Talk about using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. What a meaningless waste of resources.
Beep beep. The communicator rings just in time, cutting off his lingering contempt for the meeting he'd suffered through just half an hour ago.
Adler, if you aren't dealing with anything urgent, please return to the Place as soon as possible.
What happened?
We've made some new discoveries regarding the tower's core.
Oh?
It changes when observed. We need to come up with a new plan.
Nice! Flowing memories. You drank her dry, but she had secrets she was hiding. Okay. But can you drink a vampire girl? What happens if you drink a vampire's blood? I guess they do that in something like Hellsing, but still. The core is contained within a metallic frame. At its center, something between a cloud of fog and a jellyfish envelops matter and symbols too strange to name.
After running it through some preliminary tests, we discovered its inner contents don't match up with any known arcane material. Our next step would be to record and analyze its center. But there's a problem. The matter and symbols floating in the core seem to change their state every time we observe it.
Without warning, the interior shifts again. Two forms slowly emerge from the fog.
Are those gears?
I think it looks more like the black and white grid of a crossword puzzle.
Ouch.
Your observation right now, the observation of a cryptographer with very distinct interests and inclinations, has become a new influencing factor on the core.
I understand. Under these circumstances, analyzing its contents is pointless.
Precisely. But the problems don't stop there.
Ulrich gestures toward the toy box on the table.
Within the 3-hour period after the core's removal, the environment in the toy box descended into chaos. Understandably so. The core has an unmeasurable quality. It stood to reason that the same quality extended to the toy box.
Hisabeth and I entered the box to verify this theory. With its stabilizing core gone, the environment in the toy box has also become affected by its observers. In fact, we found the level of chaos is positively correlated to the number of observers.
Oh! So she wasn't a vampire. She was a human with red contacts. Where have we heard that story before, chat? She killed Rabuska!
Observer effect. Changing environment.
Familiar, isn't it? Our current situation seems to share many qualities with artificial somnambulism. Hisabeth has gone to get reinforcements. Right on time.
Go on. Time's precious.
Isabeth! Look at the fangs! Isabeth steps back. Mesmer Jr. approaches the toy box. She leans over, peering down at the small, almost real world inside. Please put her back. Rabuska's like my daughter, Skychild. Textbook zoo hypothesis.
Sorry, but this isn't the same as artificial somnambulism.
After a long pause, she delivers her verdict.
I don't come to this conclusion arbitrarily. I've been paying attention to your experiments on this toy box. Look. In your toy box, there's still a vending machine at the entrance to the Laplace laboratories.
It's true, but out here that vending machine was removed 2 days ago.
Artificial somnambulism creates images based on subconscious memory. It's blurry and malleable. Even with memories can still lie to you. That's why we use it primarily for psychotherapy, not simulations for experiments. It's likely this toy box is operating on a set formula, based on the environmental conditions that were initially loaded, making it unable to generate things not included in its original dataset. Although your observations have turned into a chaotic mess for the time being, it has no inherent ability to change to reflect the real world.
Her body has been disposed of?
The data in the toy box is from a static point in the past.
We can't even hold a funeral for the
machine will stay.
fake vampire girl.
It's this lag in data that gives it stability. That's the best I can offer.
No, your conclusion was very valuable. So it's clear, if we want to progress, there's only one way left.
Go inside.
Turn the cord to the tower and let the toy box restabilize. Then reset it to stop this entropy and return it to its original state.
You mean we regenerate the outer layer of the core to create a combination lock that can easily be analyzed?
Correct. Considering the chaos in the toy box, this mission should fall to you and Ulrich. You two are the most familiar with its environment.
Ha 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 ha. She was quite quick to deflate. The all too familiar field of grass appears once more. I have her in my vampire team. She'll come up in combat again, probably today.
It seems the toy box is more stable than we expected. The topography hasn't changed at all, although we have lost line of sight to the tower.
Ulrich looks to the horizon. The tower's spire, once faintly visible, is now swallowed by heavy clouds.
Don't worry. We've already located the tower.
Through the device, Hisabeth's slightly distorted voice brings them their second piece of good news.
There have been some slight changes. It still remains northeast of where you are. Just go ahead. We'll sync with your current position.
Oh, a vampire clone? Well, if it was a clone, it probably doesn't matter so much.
Oh, but can we assume that syncing our data out here won't trigger the observer effect?
Let's go.
Confirming the core is safe inside the container, he shoulders the weight.
The time intervals between the toy box's environmental changes.
Data's already been synced.
The two researchers wordlessly move northeast. It seems they have both tacitly chosen silence as their safest option. For a while, the communicator is the only thing making any sound.
The data is starting to fluctuate. The observer effect will most likely begin manifesting soon. Prepare yourselves.
They halt. A bubble-like barrier drifts across the plain.
I can hardly wait to see what schemes might appear.
How did we end up here?
In the blink of an eye, the plane is gone and they find themselves at the edge of a lake.
Environmental changes took 15 minutes this time. No change in the direction of the tower. Sure looks like a nice fishing spot you've ended up in.
As if we didn't have enough problems. A lake? What? Do we have to row a boat now?
I have no particular fondness for natural environments. I think this one's on you, Adler.
Good to see you finally grasp the most important skill of social interaction. Shifting blame.
Ha 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 ha! Don't bite her more often. Even if she's a clone, I'll probably still love her.
The last time I visited a lake was before I joined Laplace. Admit it, Ulrich. You're curious about them.
Whoa.
What happened?
Their argument is cut short. Like a television switched off, they are plunged into complete darkness.
The data's becoming more volatile. The toy box is losing control.
At least the communicator's still working.
Enigma feels around inside of his back and pulls out the core. It has warped violently inside of its frame, looking nothing like it did before.
Which direction is the tower?
It's moved. Current position unclear.
There's no easy way ahead for now, so we'll make a temporary stop here. Check the position again after the next cycle of environmental changes.
Wait, Adler.
Oh, the darkness is sharp in their hearing. There's a rustling closing in from all sides.
Looks like we'll have to deal with this first.
There are many routes to travel.
All right, there we have Semmelweis, and there we have Rabuska.
I suggest we observe how they move first.
No, our time is limited. We should take a page from Medicine Pocket's book and take them apart.
All right, there,
That was certainly a choice.
there,
A peek inside.
there, and now let's do that from Rabuska.
Very well.
The path will become clear.
I have seen to the heart of you.
Especially during vampire nighttime. Wiggles eyebrows.
The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. I won't be fooled.
Don't waste your time. A short hit.
Nautica's going to have some fun with all these counters she's building up.
Don't waste your time.
Can I give everyone a ride on my back? I think I can handle it this time.
What do you think about ladies like this, Sky Child? She's kind of goopy. Vampire bite during romance. Well, if you're hungry.
Tower's new location. It's extremely close to your position. Wait, that's not right. It's on your position.
The projector fast forwards again, tossing them into the next frame.
Yes, we're under the tower. That certainly saved us some effort.
If the toy box's environment is affected by its observer's thoughts, then did we arrive here so quickly because our goals completely aligned with one another?
Silo, a wish granter and psychoanalysis machine all wrapped into one. This would work wonders for my survey on arcane skills.
Right. Let's get the core into the tower and prepare our next steps.
Just as they reach the tower door, a shrill cry splits the air. A raven swoops down from nowhere, snatching the container in its beak and flying into the distance.
Ludwig? Why is he still here?
Verdammt! X, can you follow Ludwig's trail? He's made off with the core.
Not a problem. We've got his arcane fluctuations on record. Just hold for a moment.
The communicator hisses with static. A few seconds later, the answer comes through.
The tracking data's been interrupted. We lost him after about 50 meters of flight. Mr. Ludwig has left. Or more specifically, disappeared. This is residual data. A system error? It'd be best if you interrupt. Evacuate as quickly as possible.
Enigma ignores his pleas, which are now reduced to static. Jaw clenched, he pushes hard against the tower door. It doesn't budge.
All ready. Full restart.
A metal object lies in a spot he hadn't noticed before. Greta's badge? He reaches down for it without thinking.
What?
They've issued the Force Quit Alert. No matter what you see, don't approach it. We have to avoid interfering with the data.
But...
Ulrich grabs Enigma by the collar, yanking him off balance. The mystery of the badge goes unsolved. Their bodies disintegrate into pixels. Finally, he is pulled from the space. The tower collapses into a cone of light and disappears. To be continued.
Going mountain climbing again? Where are you heading this time? Watzmann? Nebelhorn?
Spain, actually. To the tallest peak in the Pyrenees, Aneto.
You just finished a field mission. Shouldn't you take more than a day to recover?
I was only helping them establish an organizational system for the Arcanist database in Morocco. And I got plenty of sleep on the plane. What about you? Another late night of research by the looks of it? I've heard the people at Laplace are night owls too. You should fit right in with their schedule.
The all-nighter has left Adler looking a little worn, but his eyes are bright as ever. Yay, biting vampires. Wait, what? Vampires bite during romance. Okay.
A genius's best thoughts always come at
Do they drink, though?
An overly poetic sentiment, to be sure. But I see it as a rational conclusion based on experience.
Greta shrugs. She has no intent of nagging him about it the way their parents do.
Remember?
I know. Mow the lawn.
Noticing the silence, Greta slows her hand on the door again.
You look like you still have something to say.
This month, it is setting up an Arcanist registry. Last month, it was mediating an Arcanist dispute, cleaning up after the Foundation's mess.
Okay, they don't bite hard.
I don't think we need more examples. Greta, you're working like Mama sweeping the damn dust behind the door. She sweeps and sweeps. Day after day. Year after year. To abate a problem that could be solved by simply closing the window.
I know you aren't happy with always having to pick up after her in secret, but you shouldn't let Mama know that. But tell me, Bruderherz, do you think we should close the window forever?
No, what I meant was...
Greta waves her
I
hand.
did properly tell you why I joined the Foundation. You're right. Field investigator work is as you say. But there are complicated procedures to follow. The actual situations are so simple, it hardly takes a genius to figure them out. Most of the difficulty comes from dealing with officials. It's entirely up to them whether they drop the red tape and empty rhetoric or raise
Wait,
a
Lazy? Hey! Welcome in, Lazy! 3-stream streak? Yeah!
And from a utilitarian standpoint,
We're playing Reverse 1999.
after all, the promotion prospects.
This one is a very nerdy patch. Skychild turns human. Alright, alright. Fun's over, I guess. So this is young Adler Hoffman and his sister, young Greta Hoffman, who died, like, a couple years ago in, like, real-world terms, patch years, that type of thing. She died getting them the information that they needed to get some basic protection against the storm, which investigators now carry with them on missions in the form of umbrellas. He was key to that research and named the technology the Hoffman Knot after his sister, though they both share the name Hoffman. And he's never really gotten over his sister's death, but he's always kind of been a weird guy. Stubborn confusion in his voice means that this won't be a brief chat. She glances at the clock on the wall, hesitates, then shifts the weight of her backpack. Vampirion Part Blood Daywalker.
Adler, have you heard of Mount Godwin Austen? They call it K2.
The second highest mountain, after Mount Everest.
That's right. I like the name K2. Just a letter and a number. It's direct, bare, concise, unembellished. It perfectly captures the image of a brutal peak. That mountain has a higher death rate among climbers than that of the world's highest peak. Once you choose to climb it, you've already put your life in the harsh hands of nature. Even among mountaineering clubs, amidst the praise for your determination.
Poor Lazy. Be careful, Sky, or be careful, Lazy. She's already eaten a vampire. She might be after you next. She only goes after my tail, thankfully, but she put a straw in it. I'm still resentful about that. She's a little bitey.
The view from the peak of K2. It's different from yours. From the University of Göttingen. Or from any other place in the world. That's what those people with a death wish are trying to obtain. Of course, most Foundation field investigators don't face such extreme conditions.
You can probably find the old chats up there if you scroll far enough.
I don't understand Arcanum. I don't understand the Arcanists it creates either. But these things are deeply rooted in our world. The Foundation is a great fulcrum, a window, a place
Eyes
to
flicker
observe
red.
and to participate. Even if I wanted to, there's no avoiding dealing with all kinds of Arcanists and Arcanum. They hide, tucked away among the many interwoven branches of bureaucracy. This is a view gained only by joining the Foundation.
Crimson reddish. That's like the same thing, right?
Each Arcanist becomes a new case study. Because no matter how bizarre the phenomenon, once it is systematically documented and analyzed, it always falls into a chain of logic. Adler, why are you looking for a unified theory?
To make the world concise, summarizable. It must be noble and reliable to be suitable.
Is she going to attack somebody? Well, she's only attacked NPCs so far, so you're probably okay. Like, if you're not a vampire or a fake vampire, are you tasty? That's the real question.
Do you think society can also have such a theory? Something that can integrate all this disordered, chaotic fragmentation and allow Arcanists and Arcanum to find a place among rationality? I believe that's what I'm doing now. I see these endless missions as brute force exhaustive research, like foolishly trying to count every grain of sand on the
Okay. No.
Once complete, it will give a full view of both humans and Arcanists, founded in rationality and worthy of trust. You could call it Hoffman idealism. It certainly seems to be in both our blood, Bruderherz.
All right. Isn't it by time you left?
Greta posed no mind to her brother's embarrassed huff. Something else has occurred to her.
I heard Laplace is experimenting on arcane skill fusion these days. They plan to distribute equipment infused with the power of incantations to us investigators.
I'm not going to put my faith in some inexplicable magic weapon.
I expected you'd say as much. Then this might be more your speed. It's a Luger pistol, a regular firearm able to be disassembled and reassembled as you see fit.
A pistol?
And German brand? Just like these two?
I also have one. It's a Foundation-issued pistol for field investigations. I'd say I already have a solid eye for it.
Greta, what kinds of missions are you going on that require guns?
While extreme circumstances are rare, they are bound to happen eventually. In those cases, it doesn't hurt to have a gun. That goes for both of us.
She settles her pack on her shoulders, the half-open door springs open wide, and the morning sunlight. Lazy, I smell sweetness upon your flesh. Little creepy there, Sky Child.
Time waits for no one, Bruderherz. I have to go eventually. For every mountain in the world, there will always be someone who seeks to climb it.
Whoa. Ha ha ha! One's in chat if you feel sane right now. He snaps back to reality. Haha, stand back, I have a cross. The stares of his colleagues in the Laplace meeting room borne to him.
You've been out of sorts during our recent meetings, Adler. You should get more sleep. Sleep is a vital function for humans.
Thank you for your considerable insights into human nature. But that's quite enough. Now to our current situation. We need to figure out our next steps.
Smiles mischievously with eyes flickering crimson red. The conversation resumes and the geniuses leave behind the trivial matter of sleep.
Ludwig's reappearance has introduced a serious problem. The core is no longer in our hands. Our crossword puzzle has been torn to shreds, and we have no leads to speak of. Even the most
oh, the eyes.
Out of thin air.
Seems like an easy fix to me. I say we take apart the toy box. Ludwig and the core are both in there, right? So take it apart. Let all its elements reset to their original states individually, then it'll be a breeze to analyze.
That's too reckless, researcher Medicine Pocket. Dismantling the toy box might cause significant data loss, or possibly even destroy the toy box itself. Then we'll be without any research subject at all.
Well, sitting here overthinking everything isn't gonna produce any results either.
Just reset it. We can continue with our original plan.
Enigma cuts in, stopping the argument before it starts.
The toy box remains unstable. If we reset it in its current condition, there's no telling whether we'll return everything to its original state, or just cause even more chaos.
Ludwig's signal is still near the tower. We'd better come to a decision before he leaves.
No more hesitating. There's no use in waiting. Plus, since the data is restored after each reset of the toy box, we can start by assuming that the mishap with Ludwig has been fixed. We start with a hypothesis. Then we test it.
I'm gonna take a stretch. Ugh. Skychild says, lifts the silver cross. The cross has no effect on me. I'm not a pureblood. We part purebloods can drink blood and eat human food. This tech is not ready to help the world. Preliminary investigation report on the toy box. After the 9th storm, Musée-33 provided the toy box as a tool for simulation experiments to help develop a pre-storm protocol that meets LSCC standards while adhering to humanitarian principles. Existing solutions all failed to meet LSCC standards. Based on the scientific principles of objective investigation, I'm so cooked. Don't say that, Lazy. She'll think you're human food. existing solutions all failed to meet LSCC guide standards based on the scientific principles of objective investigation, rational skepticism, pluralistic doubt, and equal debate. Response plans for the storm should also be tested in practice. Thus, this is not a useful effort or an excuse to play board games at work. This project, led by researcher Ulrich and supervised by researcher Adler, launched after the 9th storm and has been gradually refined. During this period, a technical fault in the box caused a large-scale language disorder phenomenon which stabilized after researcher Adler's intervention, preventing major losses. During the Freebreeze incident, researcher Ulrich used preliminary toy box research results, artificial storm technology, to test the Regulus record, achieving significant results. Afterward, due to busy schedules, development of the pre-storm emergency protocol was temporarily put on hold. After the 10th storm, anomalies began appearing within the toy box. Researchers Ulrich and Adler disagreed on how to handle the toy box, each submitting separate research reports. These reports are currently being compared and evaluated. Specific details are expected in future publications. Already an interesting weekend. Did she hate holy water? What is that icon? I can't tell. Maybe it's just plotting. Drinks holy water? Nani? The looping program.
After this reset, we need to limit the changes inside the toy box as much as possible. That is to say, the fewer the people who enter the toy box, the better. It's best we only send one person.
I'll do you one better. Don't send anyone in and blow it to Kingdom Come.
Researcher Medicine Pocket.
Tastes delicious. Okay. Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes and keeps on talking, unfazed by the warning in Ulrich's tone.
Great! A brand new toy box and a brand new chance to fail. Consistently reproducing failed results follows the scientific method too, right? Seriously. None of us even knows what's in there, and you're saying we should send a single person in alone? You're totally fine with that, huh? Leaving all those insane pieces and that Psycho Raven for some unlucky...
The Psycho Raven?!
This doesn't happen often, but I have to say, I agree with Medicine Pocket.
Oh no!
Whoever decides to enter will be risking their own safety.
Slightly minty? Is that minty like a VTuber? Mint Fantome? Wonder if she'd get her own juice. Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes again. X and Ulrich have clearly missed the point.
Ugh, what I was saying is that we shouldn't be wasting our brain power on this thing.
We also need to consider the pieces. They may just be data to us, but to them, this is their entire world. We must avoid destroying it if we can.
Oh my dear Ulrich, I'm moved to pieces. If only the real Storm shared your glowing sense of humanitarianism.
Pardon, can I interrupt for a second?
She said that in French? Pardon? Oh, like French accent. Isabeth knocks on the table.
I have good news. I've tested the communicator's durability. Although the tower's effect grows stronger the closer you get, the unlucky person entering the box will be able to receive outside help up until they enter the tower. If we aren't giving up on that plan, that is.
That's great! But assigning 100 people to wash test tubes in a lab isn't gonna make the research go any faster. That's all that communicator's gonna give. A bunch of test tube washers.
Don't say that. If you gave me 10 research assistants who understood the Lane-Emden equation, I'd be pleased no matter what.
Oh! Her smile. What's wrong, Lazy? You seem extra sweaty. For once, Enigma listens. He waits until Hisabeth is done before he speaks.
What I meant is that I will go.
You're a human, Adler. And at the end of the day, that toy box runs an Arcanum.
Thank you for the reminder, Bottle Brain.
Enigma's tone is polite, but his expression is grim.
I'm certain you will all provide more help than test tube washing, like capturing arcane fluctuations and relaying the data through the communicator. Besides, I'm the cryptographer here. I doubt any one of you has undergone even a fraction of the cryptographic training required to reverse engineer a key from an as of yet unknown cipher.
Well, I certainly haven't.
Aww.
I believe I understand now. You think Ulrich has a point too? Humanitarian care, no?
Where on earth did you get that impression?
He turns away, but his darkening expression doesn't escape Hisabeth's notice.
All right. You're right.
Said in an Irish accent. Wait, do you like Irish accents? Interesting. She shrugs and clears the way for Enigma. Perform any interaction to continue. A faint dizziness blurs Enigma's vision. Everything has changed. Frowning Enigma pats his wet coat, sending little streams down into the moonlit water below, assuming that is indeed moonlight and water.
Look at that ball of light in the sky. Huh, I'm starting to like this place.
I'm afraid that's this toy box's version of the moon.
He pulls himself upright towards the knee-high silver lines and wades unsteadily towards the shore. You have Northern Irish in your blood. Oh, that might make us rivals. I'm probably Scotch-Irish, which I think is Southern?
Why don't you tell me something I don't know?
Alright, I just thought some talk on cock curves might lighten the topic.
Can anyone tell me how to mute this thing?
Ha ha ha! Enigma distances himself from the communicator as another wave of commotion erupts on the other end. A moment later, Ulrich's voice comes through.
Understood. Researcher Pointer and I will strictly control the other's input as requested.
Right. We guarantee we'll only bother you if it's essential.
Thank you. I'll contact you if necessary.
He switches off the communicator, yet the surrounding noise persists.
Who's there?
Not far off, a young piece turns around, hands twisted together nervously.
Didn't expect I'd run into you here, Miss Marcus. Are you reading?
Northern Irish, Native American, German, and Ukrainian. I do remember the Ukrainian now. And we have another, like, I might have some German. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The English sentence, including one of every letter in the alphabet.
That's the story? Ah, I understand.
It's about legends and people who write history. I haven't finished it yet. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Aww. She smiles shyly. What used to be a book has slowly flattened into a colorless, almost depthless hope.
I'm looking for a tower. Do you know where it might be?
It seems a lot of people are looking for that tower. It might be on the other side of the forest.
Thank you. Miss Marcus, would you like to come with me?
She looks bewildered. The book finally loses the last of its depth and slides from her arms. You can speak British!
I'm waiting for someone. I don't seem to remember who I'm waiting for. Brown.
Was she also looking for the tower?
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Forget it.
Enigma hesitates, then picks up the book for her, but it slips through his fingers, like the moon's reflection slipping from cupped hands. He shakes his head and gives up. It's useless anyway.
I should go, Miss Marcus.
Your neck pops?
Goodbye.
What is this, like, sock 'em boppers where you punch him in the chest and the head flies up? He strides away. The girl's voice follows after him.
Careful. There's a fox. Run in the forest. Lazy dog.
Thank you.
Following the piece's direction, Enigma squints into the distance.
How wonderfully eye-catching. What is this? Tantalus's punishment?
Another figure emerges from the shadow of the trees.
Closer, don't any come. Wait. You're...
Okay, your next stiff. Is that Hoffman? He knows this researcher. The toy box is pulling from his buried memories.
It's me. A tiny, insignificant cryptographer. It's a pity we've never worked together.
The communicator rings again. Whether it's at the worst moment or the best moment, he can't decide.
Adler, how bad is it?
He subconsciously reaches into his pocket. The metal tube is cold against his fingers.
Fine. Just a piece who's gone mad.
There are many routes to travel. But
Oh,
only
this guy
one
again.
destination.
Yeah, he's mad.
Initiating research on a big, unknown opponent. Sampling, analyzing, kind...
That almost made me laugh. Unfortunately for you, that is not enough to convince me to cooperate.
That was certainly
Taking a peek
Oops.
inside.
Do that.
Agreed. Sensing their thoughts.
Come on, mouse. There. Channel.
Taking a peek
Stabby.
inside. Huh.
very well.
The path will become clear.
This ends now.
Face the truth.
That was it.
A worthy victory. But the fight is far from over.
Enigma looks up at the top of the tower for what feels like the 1000th time. He raises the communicator.
I have a problem. Even after all this walking, I haven't gotten any closer to the Tower of Babel. If anything, it appears to be growing farther and farther away.
Haha. That familiar bitterness.
We're all quite used to the language disorder by now, so that isn't much of a problem. And there isn't much need for him to communicate with anyone. But what does concern me is that moving tower. A brand new variable. What was it again? There was an expression I heard when I was trying to research Kipperinas and Nameday's arcane skills. Oh, that's the one! People can only
Such
borrow
a sweet
language,
energy
they
is
cannot reach
lazy.
the reality behind it.
Yeah, I love him.
We need to start considering the possibility of evacuating Adler early.
I doubt he'll agree.
Then prepare to evacuate him by force, if necessary. From what we've seen so far, the situation is far worse than predicted. Not only has the language disorder encompassed the whole toy box, but it's starting to leak out of it too.
Ulrich gestures to Hisabeth. The silver patterns on her uniform are slowly fading. She examines him carefully and reaches a quick conclusion.
Oh, you're right. You have been standing closest to the box.
She exchanges a look with Ulrich and picks up the communicator.
All right, I'll tell him. Safe the two of you from bickering again. Adler, can you hear me?
I hope you have some good news.
Sorry for what I'm about to say, but I'll keep it straight. The toy box's instability is higher than predicted. We advise you to return early. If you can't retrieve the core soon, we'll have to use our backup plan. Blowing up the box.
Enigma goes quiet for a few seconds.
Agrees with this?
I didn't want this either. But right now, there's no better solution.
Ulrich, what are you saying? Ulrich, what are you saying?
The disorder is spreading to Laplace again. Your time in the box is limited. And according to the LSCC safety management regulations, ensuring your safety is the higher priority.
Enigma takes a deep breath, yet doesn't argue.
I understand. Give me 2 hours. If I don't make any progress, I'll return. Then, we can blow it up together.
2 hours, Adler. We'll do whatever we can to help. Researchers X, Medicine Pocket, and Hissabith are currently dealing with the spread of the disorder. I also need to step away for a moment to deal with it. Researcher Pointer is monitoring the toy box's situation. If you run into any danger, be sure to request assistance immediately.
I will.
Whew. He looks up again at the white spire, seemingly within reach, yet forever beyond it. Maybe it's just his imagination, but for a moment it felt like he was closer to it. The journey that follows is too quiet, almost dull. The only thing Enigma can do is note the changes in the surrounding scenery. Sippy sippy! Ah. Thank you. He keeps his eyes peeled, but no other familiar faces appear, until a heated argument, even for Laplace's standards, breaks out ahead. A researcher and an administrator argue on opposite sides of a desk in a somehow yet familiar scene.
I am not redoing the material reimbursement.
Then you can choose not to submit it. But I must remind you that the reimbursement deadline is this Friday.
Enigma feels a familiar irritation itch at him as the argument dredges up his own unpleasant memories.
Plasma extract has extremely potent side effects.
The Plus ought to tear down the building and install turf.
Huh?
The researcher suddenly draws a gun on his colleague. Perhaps he doesn't think of him as one.
Are you done? You're wasting Laplace resources.
What? Bang. The staff member drops to the ground. Enigma isn't sure whether he should step forward and do something. Poke Snackle Fox's belly! I'm poking it for you.
Liberation for all the critters in the canteen!
Before he can decide, a pack of critters pours out from behind the researcher piece and lunges at him. Blood on. Boop, 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 boop.
Anyone queasy seeing blood?
Are they sitting on cars?
After I leave, I need to supervise X's experiments on critters more.
Ha ha ha!
I don't want to deal with this kind of thing on the outside too.
Taking a peek inside.
Agreed.
Sensing their thoughts.
Target lockdown.
Taking a peek inside.
Huh. Very well.
The path will become clear.
I have seen to the heart of you.
Face the truth.
That was quick.
Battles have little meaning.
Seems like Lazy is hiding.
Everyone.
Well, what did you teach him, Sky Child? Of course he's hiding. Stopping them isn't that difficult. After so many explorations, Enigma's communicator interrupts his mulling over the sudden change.
We're back. This time the disorder symptoms are visual, nothing too serious. It's a shame you can't see us right now. Gathered around the toy box with symbols floating around our heads.
Enigma pictures it and can't help but rub his temples.
What's the situation?
Nothing much to report. So, a piece just did something I'm sure we've all wanted to.
He applied for a massive amount of funds?
No. He killed the administrator who asked him to resubmit his invoice. Then led a dozen critters in an attempted uprising.
Very extreme. Intéressant.
Now, there's no one here who wants to do anything like that to our colleagues.
To each their own. I'd like to confirm something. You just returned this moment, yes? Was anybody thinking about invoices, the canteen, or anything related to Picasma candy just now?
Hey, why all the questions? Mr. Enigma, this isn't exactly the time for a workplace interview.
Stop the chatter and tell me, quickly!
Oh, you mean you think our observations out here are having an impact in there? Right. The approval you owe me, it's still in the back of my mind. You already got it, right? The bottle of Procrasma?
That's the one.
His hypothesis is
Now, I
confirmed.
need you to give me some time. Stay away from the box. Do not observe my movements.
I see. We'll avoid any eye contact with the toy box.
Remember, we have forced evacuation measures in place, Adler.
Silence follows. Enigma holds his breath and watches. You never said you would bite Lazy.
As expected.
Of course not. Of course not. You just like biting things in general. Lazy would be like collateral damage. The critters slowly disappear and the blood-covered researcher shovels back to the desk. Now simply some grids.
Hey pal, coming through. Sorry, need to reorganize all these receipts ASAP. You heard him, didn't you? The deadline's Friday. Don't your projects need reimbursements too?
Thanks for the reminder. But my team is still waiting for funding approval.
Must be tough. Hang in there.
He pats Enigma on the shoulder, then limps forward toward the wall where there should be a lab.
Ulrich, I assume you've also come to the same conclusion.
The correlation between the degree of observation and the toy box's abnormalities.
Exactly. Put this down in your report. The reason I made you all leave wasn't because I harbored any ill will toward my colleagues. As we all know, every new observer adds a degree of freedom. The higher the degree of freedom, the harder it is to converge at a single point. Someone wants to see a dark room, so they turn on a flashlight. But if 10 people in different corners of the room simultaneously turn on their flashlights, between all the beams of light, not one of them can see clearly. This we understood. But what we failed to account for was the light shining through the window, the people outside the room. Not only do those who enter the toy box increase interference, but so too do those who observe from the outside.
The communicator goes silent. Clearly, Ulrich is thinking fast.
Astonishing conclusion, Adler. But it's a line of thought worth testing. Do you think 2 hours of basic cryptography training would be enough for one of our colleagues to enter the box and take your place?
No need to complicate things. We can cut off communications now.
What did you say?
Turn off the flashlight, and the room will return to its original appearance. Every flashlight, including my own.
Let me remind you again. You're not an arcanist. You can't detect the arcane fluctuations in the toy box on your own.
Yes, I can. Although the effects won't last for long.
He pops open the metal tube in his pocket.
I still have faith in science, even in an era where rain falls in reverse. It's reliable by nature.
No! I just made Lazy think I would.
As for Arcanum, I may as well make the most of it while it's mine to use. Thankfully, its basic applications don't require deep understanding. I'll ensure my own safety.
A rare silence follows from the other side end of the communicator. As the candies drop into Enigma's palm, the reply finally comes.
You're an exceptional researcher.
approved. Best of luck. See you soon, Adler.
See you soon, Ulrich.
He nods and hangs up. Oh, okay. Pizza was not in the chat, so they must be an NPC. He's on his own now. Enigma draws a deep breath and closes his eyes. Not to observe, but to sense. An unfinished antidote and a trace of test poison to keep Manus Vindictae from using it to cause another tragedy. He's tried it countless times. It should work. The taste of picrasma extract creeps up from the back of his tongue. Enigma's 1/4 Arcanist blood, emulsion, Arcanist and human. Arcanum and science. Science carried him to the point where there seemed to be no going forward. No pizza. Oh, real pizza, not virtual pizza. In the deepest dark, there's a soft knock on a brick. To be continued. Open sesame.
What an absurd experience. Using my eyes to gauge the distance. What I saw was a far-off tower and the many difficulties to reach it. That, I realize now, was another result of my observation.
Okay, lazy, where are you, my sweet?
Yet the moment I stopped trying to logically deduce its location, lo and behold, here it is.
He touches the white wall before him as if to confirm it's really there.
Arcanists truly live in a world of such unpredictability as this. It's little wonder many think they have mental problems. Alright. Since everything's been reset, that thieving raven will likely reappear at the tower, with his shiny contraband in tow. The only problem is getting inside.
Where a door should be, there is only a wall. Maybe it was a fake wall. Is that the raven up there? Both the raven? Enigma tilts his head back and estimates the tower's height, weighing whether it's worth the climb.
There aren't enough footholds, and I'm not certain whether that structure up there is in fact a window.
He pauses, then lowers his voice.
Sesame.
The wall doesn't answer, but nor does it mock him for trying.
Arcanists can't just make up incantations, it seems. I thought as much. Surely, I don't have to delve into my imagination.
He closes his eyes, still facing the stubborn wall.
Arcane skills. Arcane skills. How on earth do they figure out these things? I should have asked for a copy of a basic guide to using Arcanum before cutting off communications. Never mind. The principles ought to be about the same. Focus your mind and let the intensity of your thoughts bore a hole in the wall.
Not hoping to turn your thoughts into a sledgehammer, are you?
Enigma's eyes snap open. The unchanging darkness is gone. He follows the sound upward. The raven glides down for a smooth landing.
Expected the ever-logical Adler would have such a wild imagination.
Enough wasting time. Hand it over.
You didn't make all that effort making your way here simply to rob me, did you? Seems Laplace hasn't been so busy these days.
As you can see, your instincts have interfered with our work. If you enjoy collecting shiny things so much, I'll give you this communicator. Take it, or any other thing you want.
Empirische Urteile. Überhebliche Spekulationen.
Empirical judgments, overly confident speculations, Yes, that's the way you think.
Genau deshalb wirst du den Nutzern Arcana
And why you'll never comprehend the use of arcane skills.
That's irrelevant. Has the simulation been upgraded? Or are you being affected by corrupted data? Huh. The others haven't shared much personal information on Ludwig. Are you German?
Ludwig just mechanically turns his head and fixes his gaze on him.
verstehe ganz genau, was du willst.
I understand what you want exactly.
Du bist viele Male in diesem
You've come to this tower many times seeking to destroy it in this farce of an experiment. Then, something changed. You became curious, wanted to uncover its secrets. The natural instinct of a researcher.
Doch du wurdest viel zu hastig in deinem
But you turned far too hasty in your pursuit, even starting to explore matters you could never hope to understand. A constant stream of words flows from Ludwig's beak.
Enough chit-chat. You...
Du kannst das Arcanum nicht begreifen.
Aww. They're burning.
Stop!
He finally understands the source of his discomfort. He has never sensed arcane fluctuations before, not until now. Of course, he can't immediately detect the abnormalities quietly building.
Kannst du diese Tür nicht öffnen?
Enigma grabs the communicator and throws it at the Raven, who effortlessly dodges it with a flap of his wings.
You're the one interfering with my experiment, Researcher Adler. I need the core to help me unveil the mysteries of language. In fact, not long ago, I made a rather decent discovery.
Another flap of black wings. Enigma notices data flowing across them. Their silhouette begins to melt away, giving way to the cold gleam of metal beneath.
Was that hypnosis? A curse? Or a prophet? Or is that nonsense? And yet nothing has come of it. Most likely needs time to activate.
Enigma checks his timer.
There's still half an hour left. Enough time to get you out of my way.
I need the core.
The squirrel!
Greetings.
What? That's Ludwig?
Mischung ist der eigentliche Beweis dafür, dass die Erschaffung einer perfekten Sprache nur dieser Kern wird es mir
This core will allow me to eliminate the dirty flaws of language, bringing the Shannon entropy to perfect equilibrium.
Gleichgewicht zu bringen. Keine Abhängigkeit mehr.
No more relying on context or experience. No more ambiguities or misunderstandings. The squirrel is judging you? No! A squirrel would never judge me. Squirrels like me.
Wenn die Entropie ihr Minimum erreicht,
With entropy at its minimum, a truly precise and profound form of self-expression can be achieved through language.
und so wirst du
And thus you have come to thoroughly understand what I've described.
If you just surrender the core, there would be no reason to fight. Ich werde mir dein weiteres...
I won't entertain any more of your drivel. Alright. Buff. Counter. Channel. Attack. This scroll has fangs. Fangs are my friend. As long as they don't bite me, we're on good terms.
Face the truth. Don't waste your time. A sure hit.
I just shot that bird dead. Whoa.
Vampires don't just thirst for blood, we crave victory too.
Well, I gave it to you, Rabuska. You're not dead. Unlike some would have me believe in chat. The fortress crumbles, the metal dissolves like foam, Ludwig twitches on the ground. He spreads his wings and struggles into an upright position. Data flashes in his black eyes.
My data? You've utterly destroyed it.
We both know the box will reset. And you'll go back to your chattering, Raven.
Ah, yes. The pieces exist in a world that may be reset. One might think their lives are full of opportunity and that everything is recoverable.
Yeah, but she's still lovable. Like, if I had a plushie of Rabuska and you ate the plushie, I'd be upset.
But under special conditions, these pieces can also die.
What do you mean?
The core's contents have the ability to interfere with everything around it. It can tear your mind apart, even scramble your data into a jumbled mess. Opening its protective shell won't bring you the results you're looking for. Ludwig already paid the price for his curiosity. His experiment failed, and his mind was imprisoned here. It wasn't until a short while ago that he finally departed.
Well, she does have shadow clones. She's like Naruto.
Leftover data,
But I don't
an
think you
attempt
get
to
much
warn
from
other
them.
Curious minds to stay well away from danger.
You mean to say your actions came from good intentions? Care to explain that incantation of yours? It still hasn't taken effect.
It was meant to change your mind, to prevent you from comprehending the arcane presence here. In stopping you from entering the tower, you would be protected from the madness and ruin that awaits. There's no need for you to go the way of the other pieces who came here, breaking down piece by piece, until you eventually vanish into nothing.
Crazy! His feathers begin to fall. More symbols flicker across his body.
But you needn't worry. It won't be long until my arcane skill ceases to function.
I've never had the opportunity to work with Ludwig. But based on your simulation of him, I can guess he's a stubborn, conceited, curious, egotistical fellow.
Ha 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 ha! Look who's talking.
Oh, not really. Just a raven cursed with knowledge, trying his best to protect those who come after.
A typical Laplace employee.
You're unhappy.
He studies Enigma with eyes that no longer shine.
No. I was only thinking that perhaps...
You said her vampire followers, but one was a human pretending to be a vampire. You're literally describing Rabuska!
Working alongside colleagues with no understanding of lab safety protocols comes at too great a price. Having a branch director go missing for so long must have certainly affected productivity.
Ludwig catches the anger in his voice and the trace of grief beneath it. He tries to move past both.
But you and I have never worked together.
Enigma checks his timer again.
We've been colleagues for the last 10 minutes.
You're not going to heed my warning, are you? You're still going to remove the core to satisfy your curiosity.
I am going to take it. Because I want Laplace to remain a place for people like you. Someone has to do something.
Ludwig nods.
What a coincidence. Some of the previous pieces who came here said a similar thing. Their data was also destroyed. Unless new data is uploaded, they'll never appear in the box again.
Rabuska can't be her own follower, and this was a blonde. That sounds like a challenge, Skychild.
I'm not entirely sure what to call it.
Aren't that many blondes in Reverse 1999, I guess.
Death. Which, I believe, is precisely what I'm experiencing now. Farewell, my colleague. I wish you all the best.
Ludwig vanishes into the air. And on the wall behind where he stood, a door appears.
Farewell.
Enigma approaches the door. Bet we're getting to the end. This is a really short one. Looks like we're ending it tonight. Whitish blonde. Speaking of which, I mentioned I was a bad boy today, chat. My fellow adventurers.
Next time a colleague disappears without a trace, they'd better leave behind more clues first.
I was messing around with technology.
This isn't drawn on, is it?
Knock it open. This is the only path. Knock it open.
No signs of arcane skills either.
The technology that I was messing around with. The human eyes were emerald eyes, not red or with contacts. Prove it yourself. Knock it open. But to whom?
Greta's been here. She found a way through. There must be a way.
Why surrender everything about yourself to someone else?
Researcher Adler? Researcher Adler, how are you?
So what I was messing around with, I've touched AI generated content beforehand. I made the opening song and the BRB music from a website, but this weekend I downloaded the generator software to my computer, stuff that does it kind of raw, and I was messing around with it. Some of it is a little crazy. Maybe I'll throw some stuff up on the server.
But during a cryptography lecture at the University of Botany, you said every puzzle has a solution, and that if there is no answer, it's just because we haven't figured out the rules yet.
I was kind of thinking it would be nice to make like my own anime shorts or something.
This is just like that, a crossword puzzle that nobody's ever solved. We'll be entering new territory. The first to research the storm.
Some of the characters were kind of hot.
And we'll be the first to find a solution, to figure out the truth.
He stares at the crossword before him. The letters in its squares drowned in ink, just like the storm covering everything with no pattern at all.
A solution that can be overturned at any time by the appearance of an inexplicable presence.
How to Attack a Foxboy. What is this book about? I'm not reading it, just to be clear.
Only a fanatic would find joy in all of this.
Is that a book?
At least they finally have some evidence that gods are here.
I hear they've given
Hmm.
You must admit your colleagues have quite the sense of humor and taste, if you ask me.
She sets down a sack of files.
You may be helping with some decoding work in here, and somehow turned me into your personal news and paper delivery girl. But this house isn't a laboratory, nor your dorm, and it's certainly not an emergency shelter. There is no harm in returning to a normal life.
I'm listening.
No, you aren't.
Ha ha ha! How to Attack a Foxboy. For vampires.
Fine. I'll say what you want me to say. How's the situation outside, Kreta? Everyone must be very busy. They've given up on sending smart robots to my door. And they haven't asked me to join their various research teams for quite some time. Has the Storm research had any new breakthroughs? Is everyone in high spirits? Busy coming up with great ideas?
She's quiet for a moment, then shakes her head slightly.
Another storm hit. It was sudden. I heard there were researchers gathering data outside. They didn't make it back in time. The situation as a Foundation isn't much better.
It says that fox boys have flush tougher than humans and children. That's a lie. Having my tail get bitten every chat has not made it any more resilient. He wants to slam his fist on the table. Instead, he pushes the papers aside, exhausted.
Is that so? I see.
There must be a reason. Something that has driven you here to stand before this door, to demand a response that has never come. Self-expectations.
I've attended lectures at Laplace. Their researchers firmly believe they can discover the truth. It's utter conceit.
The tail is weaker. Like the butt or something.
But that's
fair.
the way it should be.
Others' expectations.
I'll take up that hole and do what you've been nagging me to do. I'll take care of those pesky committees. But just so you know, I'm not doing this for the higher-ups who look down on us, but for the people who look up to us from below.
A wish to change everything.
Because I want Laplace to remain a place for people like you, someone has to do something.
He has never truly looked at this door. Difficulties and obstacles are common in research. Every result is built on. Nick is stronger? For the first time, he takes a few steps back to get a clear.
A long time ago. No. No need to speculate on how the past could have gone. There's an excellent opportunity. Right here and now.
The Picasma extract is wearing off. His heartbeat pounds in his ears as everything he perceives slowly returns to what it was.
Everything inside the toy box changes with observation. It faithfully recreates my every thought, perception, and idea.
Now it's the side effects of the extract. Maybe it's the absurdity of what he sees and how surprising it all is. A searing pain rises behind his eyes.
Turns out, there was no wall around the door after all.
Darkness engulfs him. He steps forward with ease. The place where his toy box journey began, the place where it ends. Every journey began at this field. He recognizes the feeling of the grass beneath his boots.
Back where I started. Not bad.
Parching the blades, he makes his way toward the center. The core rests there in the grass, waiting for the next stubborn seeker to pick it up.
The core can read one's thoughts and make the toy box manifest whatever one desires most. I wanted to create a language without limits.
The target is usually the neck.
Understand and use. And so, it rebuilds the Tower of Babel for me. It is far too powerful. If you take it, you'll be engulfed by it. Something I don't want to happen, but it's clear you've made your decision. I'm powerless to stop you. I can only wish you the best of luck, and hope you stay true to your convictions. If I had the time, I'd like to have witnessed what it creates for you.
There is an endless green in countless places. Maybe it's the mountaintop he once reached. Maybe it's the graveyard he can't bring himself to visit. Maybe it's the open field in front of the Laplace building. All he wanted was to return to that first field of grass.
Adventure's over.
Enigma bends down and picks up the core.
It's created a new code under my observation. A familiar. basic code. And a hint. Das Zeitalter der Menschen.
The age of humans has come to an end. He reads the words under his breath. This is as close to reality as this simulation gets, replicating appearance, language, and thought. The data does its job, producing the most reasonable result it can. What did you give me? That Froggy and dog? Barney? I don't know. Guess it's another dog. Proof that she walked this path every time without exception. A prophecy written in data. Arcanum. Chapter 13. Fellow Travelers.
The Visionaire cipher. A multi-layered application of the Caesar cipher. In this scenario, using Kaczynski's test to reverse engineer the key from known ciphertext is the most suitable approach.
That dancing frogs?
Usually, the key isn't particularly long. It was most likely repeated to generate this ciphertext. Simply find the repeating character sequences and use the distance between them to infer the key's length. It must be a multiple.
He hasn't worked on something like this in a long time. A simple puzzle, simple enough that he once walked his family through it as a clever little trick.
Where did I put that German letter frequency table? First, calculate the index of coincidence. Then, try each possible key combination in order. Laplace's computers must operate at remarkably high speed. All that remains, then, is to pick out the plain text with the most meaning. Done.
He picks up the device.
And to think this is the answer generated from my observation, I'd expected it to be something far more mundane, like squash or answer.
Z was first? Zook. What is that?
Zukunft.
The metal melts into a soft liquid and the indecipherable symbols fall away. He has solved it, and his reward is an unbearable truth. He can no longer see the arcane glow, yet the burning behind his eyes returns all the same. His vision blurs. His arms begin to tremble. Get licked! Alright, that's the frog, I'm guessing. And, oh, that's a cutie. What is that, a gray cap? I don't think so. It is licking. Mitsuki Moonlight. Cute!
These intense arcane fluctuations. I've seen them before. Verdammt. First, I need to...
The metal returns to its original form. The secret was revealed only for a moment, but the moment was enough. The lock isn't in there to keep knowledge in, it's to protect those too ignorant to survive it.
I must have seen something like this before. I'm... Yes. It was when they tried to read that incantation aloud.
The first circle. The miraculous knot. The thing you will remember the day you die. Enigma's fingers fly across the keys, pulling up files from the Laplace database.
High concentrations of asymmetrical nuclide R were detected in certain locations. Upon inspection, these concentrations were not correlated with any external factor. These locations did not follow any particular distribution pattern, nor did they overlap with the results of our geological surveys. Based on our current research, the arcane fluctuations at these locations are similar to those of an activated Hoffman knot, both sharing the same tremor frequency. Some posit this as a blessing of sorts, resulting from the worship of a supreme existence. For example, the School of Aperons believe in the Boundless One spared them from the effects of the storm, and Miss Amundsen's self-described worship of the Mother Spirit is most likely connected to the mutation she underwent. All of these locations had records of relatively extended periods of deity worship. Supreme existence? Deity? If there were a unifying theory to describe the entire universe, even these so-called gods would be
Yeah, you're
scientifically
being
explained.
cheeky. Puppets manipulated by invisible strings. Enigma leans forward, head bowed. He stares at the cold metal core in his hands. Doubt and mockery harden into anger, which then instantly morphs into something stronger. Curiosity.
What a helpful little assistant you are.
In the suitcase.
The news you brought back was very
Woo!
interesting, Simone.
Madame Z has always maintained a cooperative attitude toward Laplace. It should have come as no surprise to you.
The glowing bar of her eye flickers. This is the latest expression Madame Lucy has learned. Roughly the equivalent of a human wink. Data analysis has shown it can lighten the mood and convey warmth, making it particularly well suited for conversations between friends.
I did not expect Laplace would receive such unique research materials. The details contained in the core of that toy box have created a new basis for greater exploration and research into the storm. Perfecting the immunity ritual has become a more likely possibility. The report also mentions that researchers Adler and Medicine Pocket collaborated to develop an antidote for Picrasma extract. I did not use the wrong names, correct?
Correct. Your data loss has alleviated considerably. Although a significant portion of data still remains irrecoverable with our current abilities, it's only a matter of time until we find a solution, Madame Lucy.
Good. Then I will apply for some even more complex research tasks when the time comes.
She nods seriously.
I have finished composing a response to researcher Adler's letter. First, the antidote is undoubtedly an invention with immense practical value, allowing Picrasma extract to be used to greater effect. However, their testing methods went against regulations. They have violated Articles 51 and 106 of the Laplace Laboratory Code of Conduct. While I congratulate researcher Adler on his official appointment as director, I must also warn him that he will appear on this month's public notice board for these violations.
In other words, everyone will see his appointment and his breach of regulations announced side by side. Based on my estimates, this has a 92% chance of occurring, approaching certainty.
Simone smiles.
There is something else I do not understand. Does Laplace currently have a large surplus of paper? All this information could have been relayed via communication device.
It's generally considered that letters are a more formal form of notice. Any other thoughts on his appointment? Would you like me to monitor researcher Adler's performance during his first 3 months as director?
There is no need to scrutinize this specific matter, Simone.
Another flicker of her eye. She runs her finger over the letters on the desk.
I am still functioning. Thus,
there are still people who seek answers to the world's unsolved mysteries, and those who work to uncover its unknown principles. We continue to walk the path of progress.
For some reason, they gave Lucy a belly button. Don't look back in anger. Yeah, you're being cheeky.
This is a very thorough report. And knowing where you stand, it's safe to say Laplace won't be facing many more problems for the time being.
She flips through the files and nods.
Our research will continue until we uncover the truth behind the toy box. After we establish the toy box research group, I'll be sure to submit more detailed reports of our results. What you have there is far from our final conclusion on the subject, or on our collaboration with the Foundation.
Between compromises, the soon-to-be director has learned how to hold his ground.
Anyone who gives the final answer without careful consideration is either a gambler or a cheat. I'm glad to see your prudence and rationality as a researcher remain as dependable as ever. Of course, I'm even happier you finally decided to be more than just a researcher.
I'm sorry, but even now I still don't fully understand your decision. I also have one more condition.
Go ahead.
Before my appointment is officially announced, I want to meet with the Timekeeper. The Foundation's stance is not fully representative of the Timekeepers.
Aww.
Under the framework of a new bill, the Timekeeper and her team do enjoy a greater degree of autonomy.
An answer that is both ambiguous and clever. Such autonomy still falls within the Foundation's legal framework.
Regardless, this isn't a difficult request to fulfill. Laplace's research findings have made many major contributions to the Timekeeper's operations. Rebuilding trust during this period of turmoil is essential.
You've become quite proficient at all this, and I'm just finally starting to get used to it.
Maintaining Laplace's independence, meeting with the Timekeeper. Is there anything else?
Enigma's quiet for a moment.
Before the Foundation requests the details of any of Laplace's research, they must inform me what it will be used for. Can you accept this?
The Foundation has never deliberately concealed anything from Laplace. We've always guaranteed your right to know.
Yes, but the reasons they provide could easily be half-truths, or arrive late. I don't mean to make your life difficult, but you know better than I the reality of how the Foundation operates. Judging by your reaction, you can't make that promise. I expected as much.
She neither confirms nor denies it.
I have no other requests.
All of those endless meetings finally prove their worth. The strategic concession, a classic among expert negotiators. Not to get anything specific, but to make a point.
Very good. You'll be notified of the official appointment within a week, after which it will be announced to every department. Hopefully, we won't run into any trouble.
She glances around the room.
Work ahead of you. Why not start with a tidy up? Some advice from someone with experience. Those paper stacks tend to shrink after a little organization.
Resorting to psychological suggestion?
If it gets the job done.
Madame Z walks to the door, then turns to say goodbye.
All in all, congratulations to you, Adler, and to Laplace. You've secured a positive future for this place.
She leaves, Enigma standing surrounded by walls of file size. Enigma stops outside the meeting room door.
Marguerite.
Laplace is a massive institution, and as such, they rarely cross paths. Last time, they'd exchanged only a brief nod. He takes a moment to study her. A cold, metallic gleam runs through the center of her dress, like a butterfly emerging from a dark cocoon of a torn fabric and flesh.
I've seen your research. Not half bad.
She wears an impeccable smile.
Thank you, Mr. Adler, and congratulations.
Brief, but sufficient. He doesn't want his first act as director to be tearing an irreparable rift through Laplace.
Go on in, Mr. Adler. Everyone's waiting.
Yay! Party poppers go off with a bang. Colorful ribbons rain down over Enigma.
What the hell are you all doing?
None of this is what he'd expected. It was supposed to be a brief meeting, but the moment he opened the door, control slipped away from him entirely.
It's a celebration, Mr. Enigma, for your birthday. And for your appointment as director, of course.
Today isn't my birthday.
Oh, that doesn't matter. You can celebrate it early. The most important thing is today is a day worth celebrating.
Aww.
There's cake. Is that dairy cream? Or something plant-based?
Isabeth pulls another party popper. The sharp smell halts the snake's investigation.
Wait.
Our readings have shown higher concentrations of cortisol and adrenaline in the air. We've all been under pressure lately, you most of all, Adler. Your index is higher than anyone else's.
Yes.
A celebration like this gives everyone a chance to relax, which in turn will make them all the more productive with the upcoming workload.
A thoughtful, theoretical justification for the party, courtesy of Ulrich.
Well, this is a birthday party, isn't it? Make a wish, Enigma. What's that? You want me to make one on your behalf? Well, if you say so.
Oh no.
I wish, more than anything in the world, for my approval form to pass today, I need to sample the outer material of the toy box.
Denied. Your plasma consumption research already jumped the queue. And we need to maintain the structural integrity of the toy box.
Medicine Pocket rolls their eyes and drifts toward the toy box on the table anyway.
Hey, step away from the box. No.
This party seems to have given these geniuses an excuse to run wild. No one cares anymore what the meeting was supposed to be about.
Listen up!
He raises his voice, helpless, and his brilliant colleagues finally spare him a moment of their attention.
As you all know, I will be serving as Laplace's director.
X gives an approving whistle.
Sans blague, you don't say.
Aww.
We were hardly surprised by the decision. You'd already been doing the work for quite some time. All this goes to prove that, even though you needed some time to adjust, Madame Lucy's judgment was correct.
Though he'd prepared a few words, he now finds himself thinking carefully about how a leader ought to express themselves.
I suppose I've well and truly picked up some useless habits.
And? Anything else you want to say, Director?
He looks around at his colleagues. Objectively speaking, they are all gifted, yet in wildly different ways. Subjectively speaking, they are a handful. But they all share the same belief. Science. He abandons the speech.
I will do my best. Until we find someone better suited for the job.
The end? Wow. Genshin done in one night. Reverse done in one night. Crazy.
die nicht vom Sturm geholt werden.
Those who aren't taken by the storm,
Wenn sie sterben.
where do they go when they die?
Eine Frage.
A question that remains to be answered. A black and white grid of a crossword puzzle.
Ich glaube nicht an die Existenz
I
von
don't believe
Göttern,
in the existence of gods,
noch an irgendeinen Himmel.
nor in any heaven or hell.
Ich wünschte, du könntest mir deine Antwort geben.
I wish you could give me your answer, Greta.
Ich wünschte.
I wish I could ask you myself. He rests his finger on the trigger.
Bang.
Bang. This guy's a little crazy. He belongs in the Laplace Asylum.
The age of humans has come to an end. But you can continue living.
A memento. A beginning.
In our new age.
Hmm. Alright, that'll be it. End stream and raid.